Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to what's going to be probably, and I really mean it this time, the final concluding part of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, or at least Pokemon Ruby, because I haven't done anything in Sapphire at all. So there's a couple of things we're going to do today. Let me slide the mic a little closer. There's a couple of things we're going to do today. First off, to generally give you a gist, I have massively leveled up pretty much everyone on my team. Some of this is through a method that I've been doing, which involves using the daycare center and a, a acrobike to slide up the, I forget whichever bike I have currently. You can basically hit a slide. I've talked about this before, and basically from doing that, you're able to infinitely take one step by continuously sliding up and down. I don't know if there's a place I could easily show this, because I did have it set up before and I don't have it set up now, which is actually tragic because it's a really cool technique. But pretty much the only thing we're going to be doing today is wrapping up a series of side quests that will generally make my Pokemon a little bit better. This is kind of what I mean about the end of Ruby and Sapphire being a little bit annoying to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here, I think it is. Since we didn't spend really any time in Moss Deep City, we can actually collect some items. But there is a very particular method of doing stuff that we're about to do, which is there's a house, I believe it might be over here. No, it's not this house. In fact, I kind of should just use the Mach Bike, which I did go back and swap it, because for the last couple of ones, it's very, very straightforward and simple. So here we go. We'll take the Super Rod. Super Rod is really super, as he says. And from the Super Rod, we're going to catch ourselves a Wailmer. Now, we can do this in pretty much any version, but it is a bit easier to do in this version. Oops, that is the wrong Pokemon League thing to do. It's a bit easier, I think, in Sapphire, but because we're playing in Ruby, we have to do a little bit of a roundabout thing. Now, while you're surfing on Route 129, which is actually, I was incorrect, it's not the route that precedes Evergrande City, you are able to catch a Wailmer at, or encounter a Wailord at a 1% encounter rate. It's very terrible, very depressing. We're not going to do that, because that would be incredibly time consuming. Instead, what we will do is we will sail out to 129. Hopefully dodge that guy. There's a sailor here I haven't fought. And I'll close the window in a minute. I know I always forget that. So we're just going to chill here. Let's assign the... let's put the Super Rod up here. We'll assign it. And what we're going to do is there's a 60% chance you reel in a Wailmer. Okay, I have a little bit of delay on this, but it shouldn't really be that big of a deal. As long as we reel in a Wailmer... Oh, no, this is the other option that you can get. You can skip Carvanha, go right to Sharpedo. I don't think I'm going to be able to catch this. Yeah, okay, we will. We'll try to catch this. This is not at all what I really want to do. But, it's not a terrible Pokemon, honestly. I forget if Aqua Jet is in this game. I think it's its special move. If it exists in this generation. It might not. So, the other thing that you might notice is I also changed up a few different Pokemon in my roster. They all have different moves. So, for instance, Aggron, I gave pretty much an entirely new move set. I traded it to my Emerald really quickly, and I basically used the tutors there to teach it a good variety of coverage. I didn't really do anything for Gardevoir. I'm going to get the Shadow Ball TM, which I'm going to teach to it. For Groudon, I basically gave it Rock Slide, which will be pretty helpful. And same thing with Swampert. It naturally learns Earthquake, and I just wanted to diversify its move pool a little bit. And then we have Manectric, who is pretty much in the same situation, and actually was able to learn Bite. So hopefully that doesn't annoy somebody that I didn't technically beat the game solo cartridge. I have beaten it solo cartridge before. It's not very fun. I did it actually with a Blaziken, which I thought was a little more interesting and more fun. So hopefully we're cool on that. That's about all I can say to that. Ooh, what? No. Good thing it asked me before I used it. So we're going to catch this because I want to catch it. I think it's one of my favorite Pokemon. Just in general because of how cool it looks. And it did get a Mega Evolution, which I thought was pretty cool. Alright, very cool. For no real reason. But anyway, what we're really here for is to catch a Wailmer. Wailmer on this route can go up to as high as level 40, which is fine. We want at least level 39 or bigger. Now, unfortunately, the one thing I hate about fishing in this game is that when you fish, sometimes you just throw the rod away for no reason. Oh, shit. It's a little delayed. Sometimes you just throw the rod back for no reason. And it's very annoying. Oh, that was quick. Alright, let me actually apply brain power here. Okay, this is a real good one. 4, 5, 6. Holy shit, I don't think I've ever had to fish up 6 for the exact same one. Same level and everything. Very nice. I don't think Altaria is going to help us too much, though, to be honest with you. I don't think we're going to be relying on Altaria that much. Oh my god, that was a little rough. Wailmer is the more common. Yeah, here we go. I was about to say, Wailmer is definitely more common, but this is not what we want. We do not want a level 35. We would have to raise it 5 levels. That is way, 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 way too low. So instead we will fish here. Oops, I reeled it in too soon. We're going to fish here until we get at least level 39. I fished it. Now I'm paranoid. Oh my god, that... I don't remember 1-dots being a thing. Yep, excellent. So unfortunately, this is probably the worst thing we need to do. We're going to try to catch the Regis, in case you couldn't tell. That in and of itself will not be a fun endeavor, but at least I want to get set up to do it after the credits. Which unfortunately is going to be a massive expenditure of time and effort and energy. It is... I would say that the Regis are probably some of the more annoying legendaries to catch. Please be like something good. No, not good enough. And leveling up Wailmer probably is one of the least favorite things I could do. So I think the levels here range from like 25 to like 50, maybe. And because of that, if you get one that's 39 or higher, you can just immediately... You can just immediately evolve it with like a rare candy or something. As you can see, we're having very bad luck, which is unfortunate. As much as I love the nostalgia of these games, I do kind of remember why they're annoying. Definitely aged mechanics that are, you know, a little unfun. I wonder how many frames you have to push it correctly. Holy shit. No. Unfortunately, this is just bad luck. There's nothing to this besides having excessively bad luck. But yeah, I gave everyone new moves. I tried to diversify up the party a little bit in terms of their move pool. I don't think we should have any problem clearing the Elite Four at this point. I mean, oh, oops, I pressed, that's my fault. I think that at this point, we could almost probably sweep it with just Groudon alone, swapping out to the few people as need be. So I'm not really too concerned. I wasn't too concerned before. Now, I might cut it all out, but at the end of that session, when I said I'm going to attempt the Elite Four, basically what happened is I made 2 attempts at them, basically using Groudon as a hard carry. I was essentially able to get up to Steven, and then I couldn't do it anymore. He's too strong for me to just walk right through him. As with Kyogre, it's a bit easier if you only use Kyogre, which unfortunately in our case will not be possible. Even in Emerald, that's not even possible. However, in Emerald, you're at least able to use Rayquaza if you really so choose. Which, once again, I think he comes at level 70. So if you use the Master Ball, it's, you know, you basically can skirt on through for free. Alright, now we're just not getting any good fishing. Let's see. Prey. Perfect. This is literally what I would want. So we will take extra care to try not to KO it. We'll bring it low because level 40s like to be difficult. As you already know, the puzzle is Wailord and Relicanth in either the first or last positions. I never remember which is which because they changed it from Emerald to Ruby and Sapphire. Oh, that's not going to be fun. I am scared to use, you know, anything really powerful for fear of knocking it out. Okay, that actually works perfectly. Does he wake up next turn? Maybe. Oh, I should have done a fucking netball. That's kind of RNG, please. All right, I can live with that. That's great. So all now we need to do is get a rare candy, pretty much. That's all we need to do here. So the next thing that we need to do... Oops. The next thing that we need to do is we're going to go to Fall Arbor and we're going to explore Meteor Falls. Because Meteor Falls actually has stuff that we want. So in order to get all of the stuff that we want, we're going to need to bring a Pokemon that knows Waterfall. Which basically this means you can do this as soon as you get the 8th gym. There we go. We could just swap him out. Actually, no, we'll keep him. Let's swap out... Gardevoir will be good for teleport. Let's swap out Aggron, just for a little bit. Wilmer can obviously learn... obviously can learn Waterfall, right? A lot of... There's no way it can't. Right? Yeah, obviously. Perfect. That's all we want. We just want to learn Waterfall. Let's get rid of Mist. And we are basically just looking for anywhere in the game that we have not already grabbed a rare candy from. It doesn't matter where. Oops, I can change that off of the rod. We're going to need to repel up one more time. Just because it's a little bit easier when you repel up. I forget if I fought that guy. I guess I did. Because I flat out bonked into him. It's not here. Okay. This is the worst bike to have to use with input delay, but it is what it is. I knew the risks when I signed up to do this playthrough. So, to get into basically the rest of Meteor Falls, we need to go up the waterfall here. Which will allow us to enter this cave. Now, I don't think we can go up this way. You have to go down. Really? That is incredibly fast, it feels like. Kind of forget how this goes. Do they fight you? These people fight you. I don't really want to fight them. So I'm gonna pretend like I don't see this. No, don't they give you something? I think they do. Yeah. Let's do this. We'll just fight them just because we're here already. I think they give you something. I don't know if it's any good or not. And obviously they're leveled up. Just because. Okay. And, Earthquake. It's actually a good team up that I have going here. Perfect. It probably won't kill the Hariyama. Nope, never mind. And that is why I leveled up Groudon. So now we should not have any difficulty getting through what we need to do. I think they give you something, at least, right? Been married for 50 years. Come thinking of it, you have to beat my dear wife in a battle. 50 years of marriage. If we ever argue, we always settle with a Pokemon battle. Oh, here we go. This is where we dragon users do our training. The champion even visits. I guess that's foreboding, honestly. It is a rare one. Dragon Tamer. I'm not even gonna Dragon Dance because it won't. This is the weird thing. Dragon Dance doesn't even affect like actual dragon moves because they go off the special stat. It wasn't until Gen 4 when they actually changed that. With arguably the biggest change in all of Pokemon history. Obviously, we completely outmatch him. It's not even a contest. But there's a lot of good stuff to get inside, nice crit. There's a lot of good stuff to get inside Meteor Falls, which is also partly the reason why we're here. Okay. Namely TMs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick to the left here. Need to stop right there. I'm not really sure what those are supposed to be. They look like pork chops. It's really weird. I guess it's supposed to be like muddy slopes or something. Now, in Pokemon Emerald, this whole area got a redesign. And it basically looks like it's turned gray. But for some reason in Oranas, they reverted it back to this weird cheese-looking color. So now this is Dragon Claw, which is what I said I really wanted to get before. But if you chill in this room, this is the only place in the whole game that you're able to find wild Bagon. And because of that, we're going to run off the rest of the Repel, and then we're going to catch one. Just I guess, you know, might as well do a little bit of catching tourism since we didn't do a ton of it. And I can import this forward, and I can be the cool kid on the block who has a Gen 3 of, like, every Pokemon that matters. It's a bit of a rare encounter. How rare? I'm not too sure, though. But yeah, this is the only room in the game where you can find it. Of course, we'll be swarmed by Golbats instead, because that, you know, that's exactly what we want. Oops. Come on. It's not even like we have Intimidate or something. Those abilities, there we go. Those abilities don't even take place until Emerald. Specifically, all those field abilities. Okay. See if I can use Quick Attack on it. Okay. Can you believe it? I can actually use Quick Attack on it and it doesn't KO it. Perfect. Let's see. S-Ball. I want to get fancy with this. Using an Ultra Ball is too obvious. We can kind of play around now, especially since we have so much wiggle room, honestly. Great Ball? No, almost. Alright, we'll throw one more Great Ball, and then we'll throw an Ultra Ball. Alright, let's just catch it. I don't want to be here all night. Critical. Kinda not looking forward to catching the Reggies, because they just generally are very annoying. Like, honestly, I would not, I wouldn't legitimately do it almost anymore. It does kind of get pretty annoying. You know, after a certain point, you throw like a couple hundred Pokeballs, you kind of get a little annoyed at it. Or, you know, maybe not a couple hundred, obviously, but, you know, after a dozen or so turns of throwing Pokeballs, it just gets a little bit, it wears away at the old sanity a little bit. They even have enough moves to go 100 turns and not struggle. I forget what's down here. Oh, here we go. PP up, which could be good for, I don't know, something. Gardevoir Psychic, maybe. And then we'll go back, and then we'll loop around one more time. I think the other way just takes you right back to where you were. So what does this way take you to? TM23. Iron... Oh, this is Iron Tail. Yeah, Iron Tail. Alright, well with that we're done here. I was kind of hoping there would be a rare candy. But that's fine. Why can't you... I don't have my escape rope, do I? No, I don't. Well, whatever. Well, we'll just leave the slow, normal way because the game wants to be difficult. I don't know why you can't use teleport in a cave. Oh my god, the literal first step. I don't know why you can't use teleport in a cave. That's not something I remember. That seems like the #1 time you would want to use it is in lieu of an escape rope. But, I don't know. This game is not going to let you get away with anything for free, I guess. Okay. The next stop that we're going to take is we're going to go to Lily Cove, and we're going to go to Mount Pyre, which will let us get TM 28, which I think is Shadow Ball. I might be wrong about it being TM 28. And we will take our escape rope because I do not want to climb back down. Although, to be fair, we could go to the open part, but that's only on the first floor. There's no entrance on the higher floors. It's very weird, like Mount Pyre has one portion that's required for the story, and then another portion that is flat out just optional. Gentle, that's terrible, but whatever. Yeah, we do not need you. And then we also need to teach it dive so we can go catch a Relicanth. That will probably be the next thing that we do. Oh no, we're good, we're good. I think my rappel is still on. I'm just gonna run on foot, because I'm not doing too well with the Mach Bike in these conditions. I did like that in Gen 4 they kind of, they gave you just the Mach Bike, even though they did remove the Acrobike. Oh, I didn't look up the stupid Reggie puzzles. And that's like the one thing I needed to do. So I'll probably do that. If we get up to it in this session, I might farm the Elite Four for some money. Oops. I might farm the Elite Four for some money. Or just do something to give myself some extra money for Ultra Balls. It's really going to be the lack of Ultra Balls that's going to be the problem. Ultra Balls and, like, renewable healing. So if I don't do it this session, that will be, like, the ultimate true final session. Which is only going to be that because we don't have enough money. I should put Magnetric first. That would actually be good. Oh, he is first. I taught it Thunderbolt over Spark just because it has more power, even though it has less PP. That's actually fine. I'll also take away the experience share. It's just an extra text box. We don't really need it anymore. If we need to grind, I'll just do the old way down your D-pad method. Oh, great. Fuck. I wish you could just swap items. That's another feature that they added that's kind of new. Do these people walk forward? Perfect. I think in this game, none of the double battle trainers walk forward. They didn't have it figured out. So, that's actually pretty cool. We can use that to our advantage to dodge some trainers. Is he on a timer to look? He might be. Yeah, I guess he is. Usually, trainers that spin like that are supposed to spin on a certain timer, like that guy right there. He spins on a very clearly defined timer. Now, wait a minute. Before I go back down. Is it the top one or the bottom one? It's obviously the bottom. Yeah, you have to land on the bottom one. There's no way I'm getting by her. Oh no. They're all on timers. Usually the game is smart enough to not have them be on timers. Well, I guess it's a change of pace. I really shouldn't say it's a bad thing necessarily. I think that's it. I think that is Shadow Ball just at the top. Okay. Should only be one route down, really. Lax Incense. There you go. Hold on to that. I'm never going to use it. I think it's used to breed something. I'm not really sure what it's used for, actually. Sea Incense. I think that's used to breed Azurill. Alright, that's pretty much it. The rest is just a fast way down. So I don't actually have to waste time. It's actually pretty lucky, all things considered. So maybe we already did get the rare candy from here. Oh, great. I gotta try to find what I can do to get a rare candy. I forget if I did the Trick House. I think the Trick House might have a rare candy in one of its floors. Other than that, I don't know. There we go. We could try that and see if we get something from that. We might need to use Cut, though, for Trick House 1. That's the wrong place to fly to. Again, all this is just to skip having to actually level up this Whalmer. And that would not be fun. Pretty much the fastest way to level it at that point would just be to beat the Elite Four with it and just leave behind someone else. Which I'm kind of intentionally trying to avoid doing. Damn, remember back here when this playthrough was kicking off? Didn't I have, like, audio issues in one of the early parts? Okay, you're being watched. It's actually very creepy. It creeped me out as a kid when they put that message up. You're sharp. I'm the greatest living mystery man in all of Hoenn. They call me the Trick Master. That's why you're here. To the scroll, let your challenge commence. I forget if you need a Cut. Yeah, you do. Damn it. Probably one of the most annoying moves to have in general. Because pretty much by the end of every Pokemon game, you don't need to cut anything anymore. The only puzzles that really matter are Rock Smash, Surf, Waterfall, and Strength. I think that's even why they got rid of it, like, in general. So we need to bring a cutter. Who can learn cut? You definitely can. Doesn't even need to be anything fancy. We just need someone who can use cut. And then we'll go get Relicanth, and then hopefully from this we get our I'm having such an awful time this morning using my brain. Wait. Mawile with the claws and everything can't learn cut. I'm pretty sure that gets changed later. That doesn't seem to make much sense. Okay. Let's try Tropius. A lot of grass-type Pokemon can learn cut. If not, it's definitely Lanoon. I'm not even leaving until we can learn it. Perfect. Who was my cutter early on? Maybe I never taught anyone cut. Alright, very nice. Partially why I'm like half putting off playing through like a Gen 2 game. Partially because I'm worried that the battery will just die again and we'll just lose all our progress, which would obviously be the end of the playthrough. But also just in general, you know. Alright, so we already found him. We'll just go right in. Sometimes there's trainers to fight. Thankfully for us, nothing here is going to be difficult. We're just going to have to listen to that Pokemon cry over and over again. Pretty much what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to visit here, I think, after every badge that you get. I'm not sure if that's the exact criteria, but that's the general gist, is that you visit after every badge, and there's a new challenge using the HM that you just got. Alright. It was obviously not hard at all. Did she say, why are you so serious? I read that as why so serious, because I'm a degenerate. I'm a degenerate making degenerate content. Can you blame me? On a game that is literally going to be 20 years old. Shit, in what, 2 years? Orange Mail don't care. I could have sworn that there is a rare candy in one of these. I'm really hoping that there is. I'll be really kind of annoyed and sad. So the goal in every trick house is to get the scroll, and you interact with the scroll, and it basically gives you the passcode that lets you leave. You can't leave before you do it, so the scroll is obviously over here. Unfortunately, we're not getting to it without fighting this guy. Orange Mail. Yeah, mail. Remember when we had mail in Pokemon games? Remember when that was something you could waste your hard-earned Poké Dollars on? Pepperidge Farm remembers. What the hell is that? Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure out what that noise is. If I do this, I think part of the noise glitched out. That's probably not good, because it seems to only come from this. Alright, memorize the code. Let me save really quickly. Oops. I don't know if you're hearing what I'm hearing. It's like a constant mashing sound. So let's save since we actually did something. And then we'll reset real quick. There you go. Yeah, it was coming from that. Something about the Thunderbolt never stopped. It just kept going, so whatever. No biggie. We just skip ahead. Yeah, perfect. That was really weird. I've never heard that before. That must be like a Game Boy Player audio glitch that can happen. Just who is the Trick Master? Well, we already know tricks are for kids. I love Trix. That was a really good cereal. I haven't had it in years. All those old school breakfasts were pretty lit. Choco Puffs. They had the Fruit Loops was a long-time favorite of mine. Trix. Never really liked Lucky Charms too much. I mean, I ate it a lot, but it wasn't my super favorite, you know? I didn't like the way the marshmallows, you know, when you bit down into them. I wasn't a fan of how that just felt, you know? What else? I never liked Cheerios. I liked Wheaties with a little bit of sugar in them. God damn. That was stuff I used to eat, like, every Saturday morning. I would have that before I would go to, like, piano lessons and stuff. I hated that so much. But looking back, it was a great skill. I hated it. It was not for me. But I wish it's a skill I wish I had now, for sure, because it would be very helpful. They're just, you know, cool to do. It's cool to have multiple tools under your belt. But as you can see, this is very tedious and annoying. It's kind of why I missed like a whole era of Saturday morning cartoons, because every Saturday morning I would go to piano practice. It was, you know, like everyone else is at home talking about Sonic X and watching all this stuff. I didn't really have any of that, but I had Toonami. There he is. And to me, you're sharp. Took me all night to plant those trees. Alright. Man, right, since you reach me, your war will be with me till later. That's actually nice that he has that. Oh. I guess we can collect it later. And you get this nice, cool hallway. I think once you beat eight of these, they, the game is like, oh, well, that's it. You can't do anything else here. Let's just give this to someone. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Alright, since we've already done so much, we can just re-enter. It's not a time-based thing. Here we go. He'll hold on to this. Perfect. That's all I needed. Oh, it's you. I'm in the midst of devising new tricky challenges. It's actually cool that the game figures that. I've never seen that message before because I've never done this with a full bag. Alright, so now that we've done that, we fly out to Sootopolis. And then after this, I think we're done, honestly. We just beat the game. Yeah, here we go. Or we could go to Pacifilog Town and we can unlock the Reggies. Where is it? Oh, you're on the other tab. I already forgot. Oops. I'm totally bamboozled here. Okay, we'll leave behind one other Pokemon. No, we'll keep you. We need you for Surf. We need you for Fly. We need Groudon for battling. Let's leave behind Manectric because we're not catching anything right now. And what we have to do is we have to go out and catch a Relicanth. Alright, so we'll use the Rare Candy. Boost it to 43. And because of all the work that we just did, we don't have to actually like level this up like 10, 20 levels or something ridiculous. It's more like 10 to 15. I mean, who would really want to do that anyway? The masterful Pokemon that is literally bite-size in Sword and Shield. Okay, so with that, we're just going to teach it Dive as well. We'll use Dragon Claw at some point. Where is it? Dive. We don't really care too much about this thing. We're just going to replace some moves. We're not going to use it for battle. We're just going to have it so we can get places. It's the only reason anybody ever caught one of these, honestly. There's no point in using a super repel yet, because we're about to go underwater. And moreover, because we need to catch a Pokemon. We use Altaria. Could be anywhere around here. I don't know what the appearance rate is. Might as well look around. I used to like diving in this game. I thought diving was a cool little way to do some stuff. I had a Chinchou when I was playing Gen 2 as a kid. Good memories. I have a lot of good memories with Gen 2. You know, just your first Pokemon game when you have no clue what you're doing. It's just really cool to just like think of all, you know, you don't know what the limits are at that point. You're just kind of like messing around, you know. Okay, so let's just swim around here, I guess. Here we go. It's even level 32, so it'll take a hit or two. Does it have Rock Head? Okay, it does. How we can breathe underwater? Don't ask. Although I think in the remakes they give you a mask with your diving kit or something. Of course. Thank you, game. You know, it's really one thing to be so spoiled off of using a level 100 False Swiper for ages. I begin to remember how, like, unfun it is sometimes to try to catch something and then crit it on the literal blow that you need to weaken it enough. You never get used to it. It really is just something that is profoundly annoying. And now no encounters. Come on. Game. Hello? It's like this game is... It either gives me incredibly good luck like this, or it's distinctly designed to annoy me and give me really, really bad luck. There's no in between. It's only one or the other. Like, I can put up with it. It's just... You know, there's a reason I probably didn't play a lot of this in my free time. Okay, perfect. I don't know what the other one is besides Rockhead, but whatever works is we'll just throw Ultra Balls. So let's try a Dive Ball. Probably won't work, but whatever. We might get lucky. The game might redeem itself here. No, it will not. I said the magic words. I do like that resetting it doesn't mess with the video at all. That's pretty helpful. You can probably hear my chair squeaking. It's kind of falling apart. I do have another chair, the one I used to use back in 2017. I'll probably go back to that in the near future, because this chair is... Sleeping in chairs is a very bad habit I developed in the last couple of years. I just kind of got used to kicking my feet up on my desk and just sleeping in it. So it kind of... It's taken some damage. Let's just put it like that. Critical. I'm not having a good time catching this. Probably should have brought Manectric. Oh my god. Is this like torture? I won't really lie, it is looking very appealing to probably just give myself a bunch of Ultra Balls, because I don't particularly want to have to farm money. That seems like it'd be a real pain in the ass. Now this thing doesn't want to use Takedown anymore, which is also not very fun. Like, can I even hit this thing and not completely destroy it? I don't think so. Because it's rock water, it's going to take normal damage plus the stab. I don't think so. But this is a joke. Come on, use Takedown. Like, just fuck me, man. Come on. Here, let's do my favorite trick as a kid, right? It's already breaking out instantly, so what's the harm in throwing a Pokeball? Might actually get a rock or two. I've had that happen a whole bunch, actually. Like, I've actually caught Pokemon doing that before. I still have that Lugia I caught from Heart Gold that I caught in a Premier Ball, like, one turn before it died, and I forget if I ever took a picture of it. I might have. I don't remember. I do have it, though. It is caught in a Premier Ball. And it was like one turn away from killing itself. So I was like, okay, well, that's pretty lucky, right? That's got to be a sign from something. Decent nature, I think, as well. It's like, I'm going to wait till he's red before I use the net ball. I was like, yeah, that's got to be something. I caught it on vacation in Virginia, which is a pretty rare thing. Good times. Like, we're talking stuff that happened literally 10 years ago, almost. That was quite literally 2010. This thing is going to kill itself, and then we're not going to catch it. Just sitting here like an idiot, throwing 10 Ultra Balls, multiple of everything, and just not catching it is just, you know. Not even a rock. Like they would never torture you like this later. So I mean, the new Pokemon games are kind of give and take. I think Game Freak got lazy with design and putting stuff in, but they definitely don't make you sit through this. Not even legendaries are this fucking terrible. This is not making me very hopeful for catching the Regis either, which is going to be a whole case of its own. Oh my fucking god, jeez, man. Alright, he's red, right? Like, this is a whole new threshold of catching. This thing is going to kill it, so I should have saved, actually. I didn't think it would be this ridiculous to try and catch this Pokemon at all. So I probably should have saved. I'm gonna have to heal. I mean, or I could just keep swapping Pokemon. That is also true. I don't really care if Wailord faints or whatever. Wow. Well, I can't complain. I caught it. I don't really care that much. It really shouldn't be that annoying, but it is. So, now that we've done this... Well, there really isn't a fast way to do what I want to do. Hope I have enough Super Repels. We don't really particularly care. What we need to do is... I don't know if you can go south on this route. Yeah, I think this is its own gated-off area. So what we need to do, unfortunately, is we have to sail a little north, and we have to go around the long way. You piece of shit! I saw him turn too late. Yeah, now I get to fight this for no reason. But yeah, there's no real quick way. Pacifilog is pretty much the most out-of-the-way town, and it's pretty much entirely optional. The only reason to really go there is because it provides a fast route back to Slateport. And it's on the way to Mirage Island. It has the guy who tells you if he can see Mirage Island. And because of the way this game is coded, and because we don't have a time clock, we will never see Mirage Island. I think it's generated once at the start of the save file. So there's essentially, what is it, a 1 in 10,000 chance of seeing it? I mean, that would... Winning the lottery is easier in theory, but I don't think we're going to be seeing this. I mean, I couldn't even get, like, whatever catch rate that was in that Relicanth. Couldn't even almost get that. So I don't think we're going to be seeing that at any point. I think it's 1 in 10,000. I don't know if it calculates your secret ID as well. I'd have to Google that. If it calculates your secret ID, that's a whole other can of worms. But if it doesn't, you have about the same... Technically speaking, you're more likely to see a... Now look, we're back here. I fucking cannot believe I got caught by this lady. But it's about the same odds of seeing a shiny, give or take a couple thousand. I mean, 1 in 8,200 and whatever the odds are in this gen. All things considered, could be worse compared to like 1 in 10,000. You're basically not going to see it. I think they completely changed it up in the remakes into Mirage spots, which are a completely different type of area. So, this is like a very exclusive club that you had to be a part of at the time. Okay. No, I will not change. We don't really need to heal at all, because these Pokemon shouldn't present any challenge. The only thing I might want to do is go buy some extra repels. But I'm thinking I'm just going to give myself some money using my handy-dandy Game Shark. We just move on. I'm not exactly here to struggle. Plus, this playthrough's long overdue. And plus, making money is kind of annoying in this game. I don't know how you get the Amulet Coin. Because basically what I would need to do is essentially grind again, and I'm not doing any more grinding. Oh, you piece of shit. Oh, okay. There might be a lower path to avoid that, but, you know, totally didn't manage that. Oh, fuck, that's actually bad. I didn't mean to mash that. No Thunder type? Perfect. We're gonna get really... Oh no, only 2 damage. I will swap out just so we don't have to hear this. This is like a hallmark of the era, is like constant beeping. It's like Zelda is notorious for this. In fact, let's just swap. Fine, fuck it. Zelda's notorious for its constant beeping when you're low on health, but you're way more likely to encounter that in Pokemon. Unless you just flat up suck. In Zelda. So yeah, Ice Punch is nice. Earthquake. Or I could speed up the footage, like what I did before when I was trying to catch Mewtwo. I might have sped it up for Zapdos as well. I forget exactly what I did in the Fire Red playthrough for a lot of this. Okay, I said I would switch. Let me switch. Let's teach you Shadow Ball while I'm at it, because I'm on a roll right now. But here's the thing, if I don't get a ton of money, I'm probably going to have to fight it multiple times, which is going to lead to RNG, instead of just getting the one perfect run. You know what, fuck Teleport, I'm done with it. Never even get to use it anyway, so whatever, I'll just go buy some escape ropes. Oh my god. I could not control myself. Horrifically bad luck. I thought he was going to swim in a box. He swims a line. At least we can skip the whole constant beeping. I didn't mean to do that. This is not going very well. Saw the smoke didn't even show up properly. That's pretty cool. I did not... Because I think I'm one box behind constantly, and I'm really not. Okay, thank you. Could have KO'd him ages ago. Nope. It's okay, we don't care about our attack stat. I mean, technically Shadow Ball is physical, but one, we wouldn't even use it, so it kind of doesn't matter, and two, it is really weird having to reconsider that Shadow Ball is a physical move for some reason. Maybe someday we'll get, like, all different kinds of evolutions. Okay. What is she doing? Alright, we'll save here. Because I don't plan on failing the surf segment over and over again. There's a certain pattern to doing it. Excellent. So every time I load, I'm going to have to go through that again. Okay. Oh my fucking god, are you serious? Yeah, it would be like right here if we were really looking for it. Right, we actually made it here, all things considered. That's not terrible. Let's use the Pokemon Center. It's the one town where you can't run at all. Because everyone out here is just, you know, just chilling. Yes, we could fly here if we really wanted to. What we're really trying to do is we're going to sail west. I forget what the room is called. I think it's the Sealed Chamber. So generally, I think I start down here. You kind of can't really see where you're going. What I like to do is I like to go from island to island, and I think this works just fine. Okay, I can save here. I guess I give you some water here to fish. I guess that's why it's like this. Oh, you're not a double battle trainer. I've led a life of woe and misery. I've been cast away, and this is where I drifted. Well, that's cool, lady. We're not dealing with that. I think that's fine. I think that's just there as just some generic deep water. I'm not sure if it's meant to allude to anything. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with the repel reminder. Okay. Whatever works. We don't need to rappel up again just yet. In fact, we don't need to rappel up at all in this route. It might be on this route. I think there's a certain place you set off from, and it's like a two box window that you land in, and you're able to get into it. Yep, see? I fucked up. Alright, well, I was one too high, and I'm not going back. Unfortunate, but reasonably close. It's a little lower than I remember. I might have taken one extra step up, maybe. Okay, well, I never remember what exactly it is. So we'll do this. And if it doesn't work, and you'll know when it works, because they take away all control, then, we'll swap. So, basically, the braille here states, go up here. So what you do is you use dive. If you use dive anywhere else, it takes you right back to the place where you started. It's meant to be a puzzle. It's not meant to be very straightforward. So I think this is just basically a bunch of lore. Okay. I thought Wailord was first. Oh, shit. This is... What is this? Do I have to use an HM to get through here? I can't for the life of me remember this. Okay, so basically, what this is supposed to be is, you need to use dig in order to open this door, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm gonna have to blow this TM. It is actually unfortunate. There's not really too much I can do to not do this. What can we delete that you can relearn? Pretty much Earthquake, right? Yeah, we'll just get rid of Earthquake. It's actually unfortunate, but that's how this puzzle goes. You can naturally find Pokemon that know dig, but obviously it's just easier to use the dig TM. Where is it? Fuck. Here we go. There you go. So in here, this is the room where you need to have it in correct order. So as you see here, it's basically saying Relicanth, then Wailord, or one or the other. It's reversed. There you go. So it's Relicanth first and then Wailord. In Emerald, it's Wailord and then Relicanth. Sound as if a door opens somewhere far away. Alright, and that's literally all we need to do. There's a bunch of lore here. Basically, it talks about people, we can go back up. It basically talks about how they lived life and power was too much for them to control. And the general gist of the lore, if I remember correctly, is that they feared the Regis so much and they locked them away. And they sealed Regigigas far, far away, who's like the trio master, basically. Okay. So what we will do is now I guess we'll just beat the game. Because I need the money anyway. We'll get rid of dig. We don't need it anymore. Kind of a waste, but I mean, this whole playthrough's kind of wasteful, so whatever. Alright. Let's see really quickly. And then I guess we'll just go beat the game. Although it would be cool to do this, but I would have to look up exactly what you need to do in order to beat it. So I guess let's try one. Oh wait, no, I have the wrong party. Hold on, I'm completely screwing this up. We need to get a... It's only rock type, I think. It's just gonna be terrible RNG trying to do this. That's why I'm kind of not looking forward to it. Because it's gonna be not fun, really. And also we need to do a little bit of inventory sorting. Put that away, put the elixir away. I don't think we're gonna need the elixir anymore, but I'll bring it anyway just in case. What does everyone have again? Max Revive, Mystic Water, Max Potion. Okay. The reason they kind of nerfed a lot of these items, they nerfed Hyper Potions. They don't do 200 healing anymore. They do 120. But I think they lowered the cost, maybe? It just made them a more appealing buy than they were before. Before they weren't appealing at all. Which is partially why I never used them. Or, well, you kind of have to use them. Yeah, so before we couldn't get in here, now we can. I'm gonna have to look up what this is. I don't know if this is the one that's used strength or specifically whatever it is. I might actually be right. I think this is the one where you just keep this open for 2 minutes. This might literally be the one that's, just keep the door open. I might be wrong, though. That one I remember being very spooked. I think the one in Emerald is actually gonna be kind of impossible to do because you need to run around in a loop. What is it? Oh, shit. No, this isn't the one. You need to, go 1, 2, 1, 2. No one in here knows strength, do they? This is the strength one. Oh, god damn it. I'm gonna have to leave and bring a Pokemon that knows strength. Unless I teach it to Manectric, but I don't want to be that lazy. I think they changed this one in Emerald, I believe, is use Rock Smash instead, because they actually tried to remix things a little bit for Emerald. Just so I guess people can't say it's literally a carbon copy, if you really wanted to be that nitpicky about it. But yeah, they changed all these puzzles in Emerald, and I'm kind of getting messed up between the Emerald version and what's the other one, based on literally how many letters are in the fucking thing. Because I really need to pull this one up, is what I need to do. So who here knows strength? I think I might have gotten rid of my only strength user. Actually, no, let's not use you. Let's tab over here. We're gonna need pretty much everyone here. Hypnosis is on Gardevoir, which might be helpful if he can survive enough turns in combat. Let's just get rid of Aggron, maybe? Yeah. I feel like every move that he would use would either do way too much damage or kill it. Maybe. We're not gonna have a fun time doing this. I'll just say that up front. One of them is to wait. I remember the wait one in Emerald is to run around in a circle. On that's going to be impossible. I'm going to have to probably boot it up on a Game Boy Advance and then just do it manually and then put it back in my GameCube. Because I can barely control this. Oh my fucking god, you had to be looking this way. But yeah, it's that, and then I think one of them is to use Fly and stuff like that. Or cut on the door, I think. You know what? Fuck it. We'll just use Wailord for this fight. I forget what... I think the one that is really annoying is just to run around in a circle. Nothing fun about that one, actually. I remember that for Registeel, it is pretty annoying to try to get to it, because it's basically dead in the middle of nowhere. Cacnea? No. It'd be pretty cool to catch a Cacnea. I always thought it was a cool Pokemon. It reappears in, like, basically no other regional dexes, which is kind of sad. I think the one Pokemon that never reappeared in another regional dex was literally Venonat and Venomoth. I don't think they ever reappeared in another regional dex, which is actually really depressing when you think about it. Like, that someone at Game Freak really hates them. Really? Just like how Flygon didn't get a Mega Evolution because they ran out of ideas. Truly tragic. Okay. Right? Strength is 8 letters. Yeah. And that I think that word on the bottom right is use, maybe. I might be wrong. I didn't teach you it. Oh, Lord, tell me you can learn it, please. I'm really doing this awfully. This is really terrible. Thank you. I already had to delete 2 TMs today. I'm trying not to make a habit out of it. Yeah, see, you wouldn't normally be able to use it here, but that opens the little puzzle. I did like this, I thought. I thought this was pretty cool as a kid, that they have these interesting, unique puzzles, you know? Definitely not something you see in a lot of games. So I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, so to start, we'll use you. Probably has, I think it has low special defense, so we can get away with using psychics and stuff. And depending how much we damage it, you know, we'll ease off. I do like the battle theme for them. Let's see how much a psychic will actually do. It will one-shot it, okay. We cannot use psychic. We will try Shockwave, and if that doesn't work, then we'll use Shadow Ball. Just because we know that Shockwave is weaker and it won't get stabbed from it. Then once we can get it into like a nice little low HP position, we will switch over to hypnosing it and then trying to catch it. Hopefully with the sleep bonus, this won't be impossible, but again, I won't exactly hold my breath because, you know. Yeah, see, that's very different. Very nice. He lowers his own attack, okay. The defense drop is not welcome, in my opinion, because that's going to be kind of bad. But I mean, at least he'll do less damage to me over time, so I can't really complain too much. I am sad that I didn't get to record any Gen 7 games. I think that would be pretty cool. With, to be able to record some of the Gen 7 games to do the Ultra Warp Ride and stuff. I always thought that the Ultra Warp Ride was really kind of a cool thing that they put in. I really did like it. I enjoy it. Every time I played through Ultra, only 2 times, I massively enjoyed doing that. Alright, you know this isn't gonna work. I played through Fire Red and we had to speed up a shit ton, so... Even at like 1 HP, some of these Pokemon were just breaking out like it's nothing. Just because the odds are so low. It's like, you know, 2, 3, 4%. Even with good everything. Like in a modern Pokemon game, you get like catching powers and stuff. Like we're not even seeing rocks at this point, right? Like we're not even getting that. We ain't even on enough of a level to fucking do that. Not even a single one so far. Not even a single one. At this point, you're doing no damage, though. But the bigger threat is that it eventually runs out of PP and it kills itself. I would love to know what the odds are right now. Like if someone could calculate the base catch rate and stuff. I think there's a calculator for that online. This has got to be, what, like 10% HP? Maybe 15? 1? Alright, we got 1 rock. Level 40, Asleep, Gen 3, Ultra Ball. Now we're getting it consistently. I would love if catch fatigue was a thing, you know, like after so many Pokeballs, a Pokemon is just way less likely to break out. Even if it still always has a chance to break out, it would be cool if like, you know, after 30 Ultra Balls, maybe it doesn't exactly break out effortlessly again. That would be pretty nice. That would be a cool little mechanic. Attack, rose, defense. Yeah, we know. So now back to the usual. Might have to heal. Alright, after this hypnosis, I'm healing. Just use a super potion, and he's not going to deal a ton of damage. Like I said, these fights are not hard per se, it's just the catch rate is garbage. Like that's probably the worst part. Yeah, and the one-turn hypnosis is also very fun, as you can tell. See, there's an argument to be made for using paralysis, because it's guaranteed and it never goes away. But on the flip side of that, if I use paralysis, it's stuck with me for basically the rest of the fight. I can never get rid of it. And sleep has a better chance. So that's why I'm just gonna sleep it. I didn't mean to dead air. I don't know, I had to reboot. I had to literally reboot my brain. It's a lot to think about. I mean, 2020 is pretty much over as a year, even though it's only March. As I said before, the situation that the world finds itself in currently is a very unique one. I think everyone has a different take on it, because everyone has a different take on everything. But you know, it's not exactly a year to get super excited for. Like, there's games. Don't get me wrong, there's always games. But I think I do miss just being able to, like, go outside a little bit. And you know me, I'm usually the kind of person to stay in. But once every so often, I like to go out, you know, maybe get some ramen and stuff. It is one of my fun pastimes. We haven't even seen 2 rocks, so this is going to be a reset. We are essentially just going to luck out randomly here. And we are getting very bad hypnosis luck, which is definitely... Arguably, bad hypnosis luck is probably the worst part about this, in my opinion. It takes catching this just and makes it incredibly unfun. The best games for it are Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, because they up the accuracy to 70. That's about as good as Hypnosis is going to get. Like, there is a reason why this is kind of not fun. I think I even said that in the Fire Red playthrough. It's just like, after a certain point, it's not even skill. It's just bad luck. Personified. Thankfully, we don't actually have to catch Latios. So I am pretty grateful that I saved the Master Ball. We can just encounter it, we just throw the Master Ball, call it a day. That'll be the legit end of the playthrough. We'll just catch these idiots and call it a day. Alright, we're running out of Pokeballs. If I run down to everything but the Master Ball, we're done. That's a reset. That's why, honestly, a lot of the friends I used to have, I don't think they ever really caught half these Pokemon. Because it's too tedious. Alright. Have to heal, which wastes a bunch of turns. As much as I hate to do it, we'll heal. I think he's out of superpowers, so he can only boost his stats, which is going to make it less and less possible that we're going to just sit here and tank through this. I guess he just goes all in initially. Tries to superpower through, hopefully, I guess what he hopes is 5 Pokemon on your team. 1, 2. That's literally the best luck we've had so far. So, I mean, I should keep track of it. There must be, like, some calculator, right? Or I could write an Excel program. Write an Excel program, I say. That's 2 rocks again. Just to calculate, like, what the percentage is, you know? Out of all the runs we've had, you know, like, how many are instant breaks, how many are 1 rock, how many are 2. We've had, like, 2 rocks, maybe 3 1 rocks, 4 1 rocks, and everything else is a single. Is an instant bust out. 2, 3. Wow! Okay, I stand completely corrected, and I will literally say nothing. Regirock was sealed away by people long ago. If this Pokemon's body is damaged in battle, it's set to seek out suitable rocks on its own to repair itself. Didn't expect that. Alright, so we will immediately save the game. It's only one of the 2. I don't have enough money to do anything else, so I guess we beat the game. I should probably try to find the amulet coin. Just because I think that would be very helpful for me to get. Thankfully, we never need to come back here unless we want to catch a Trapinch, but who cares? So the other one is located out here on one of these routes, and the last one is over here. It's kind of a weird positioning that they put them, like it's diagonal slant, but that's where they're located, basically. I guess we're going to the Pokemon League. Because unfortunately, I do not remember where the amulet coin is. You know what? Fuck it. Let me look this up before I do this. Just because I don't want to waste any time. I might as well run through with it too. Let's see. Really? I hate this. I hate this. You're gonna love where it is. I'm pretty sure only guides would tell you to do this. So once you get the balance badge, you come back home to her, and she has it. Now, I might have a full bag. I really shouldn't after throwing all those Pokeballs, but you get the idea. Okay. Very nice. And no, all these items are going to go to my Heart Gold if I import these Pokemon forward. I mean, there's, like, I do want to keep, like, Master Gen 3 saves, but you know, like, some of these Pokemon I kind of don't want to do that for. So we'll figure out who holds it. Obviously, it can't be Groudon because we need the soft soil. Well, maybe it should be Groudon. We just lead off every fight with Groudon. Probably. I think that's the best option. There you go. Swap the soft sand. I don't think we'll need it at this level, honestly. I'll be really surprised if we have any difficulty with almost any Pokemon here. I don't care about you. I guess we should also sort out the Pokemon actually worth keeping. So, caught the Bagon. Bagon's kind of rare. Caught a Pikachu as a good luck charm. Caught an Abra. Cast form, kinda. I think Nummel, we used Nummel a little bit. We didn't really use Tentacruel. The Duskull is definitely gonna stick around. Sharpedo. Is it Sharpedo or Sharpedo? Because I've legit heard people say both. And I've never watched the anime. Shouldn't have to watch the anime to learn how to pronounce Pokemon names, but that's literally the reality that we live in. Oh, you can't drag the grouping. Okay, whatever. These are like all the Pokemon worth keeping. I actually needed a Kecleon a few days ago, or like a month or two ago. I was trying to round out my Heart Gold, and I realized I didn't have a spare Kecleon in the game. So I was actually using that as an incentive to play this game again and actually beat it. And that totally didn't happen. And the reason it didn't happen is because I used the Pokewalker faster than I would to plug everything back in to do this. So that was what would have rekindled the playthrough if it had actually gone through. We'll keep them all while. Pretty much most of these Pokemon are worth keeping. Obviously not the 6 extra Electrites. We'll keep the Skarmory. We didn't really catch anything. We didn't even catch a Zubat, of all Pokemon. Keep the Electrode. And I mean, the Safari Zone Pokemon don't really matter too much, honestly. And the Plusle. Okay, whatever. So he's just an HM slave. You're not, but we're gonna give you the Mystic Water, probably. We'll pretend like you've always been here and you're a main star of this playthrough. Even though you know no water type moves, which is excellent. There you go, buddy. Oops. I think they finally removed Withdraw and Deposit, honestly. And I'm grateful for that, because they're just extra options. It's literally just menu bloat. Alright, let's beat the game. I don't think I can even give you anything. So you have the Amulet Coin. Yes. Let's heal really quickly. So, last time when I played this game, which was only a day or two ago, I basically tried this really bootleg strategy of using Groudon, and I was actually pretty proud of myself. Usually I wouldn't try to bulldoze my way through the Elite Four with only one Pokemon. It was pretty cool. It didn't work out, but it was pretty fun. Let's say that. Okay. Let's save before we begin, just in case. It was pretty fun. I enjoyed myself, even though I didn't win. I was a little salty, but I was like, you know what? I gave it my 100%, and I did get to Steven's, like, 3rd or 4th Pokemon. So fuck it, let's just go ahead. Try not to let one person carry us through the whole thing. So first up is Sydney. I'm Sydney of the Elite Four. I like that look you're giving me. I guess you'll give me a good match. That's good. Looking real good. Alright, you and me, let's enjoy a battle that can only be staged here in the Pokemon League. So Sydney's type is the Dark type. Oh, this is not a great play, but whatever. We'll pretend like it is. Drought actually is a terrible thing to bring because a lot of the later Pokemon have Flamethrower and they love having Drought to boost it. It really makes them feel good. So we'll waste a Solar Beam. I mean, I don't know where else we would really even use it. I'm actually really surprised he survived that. Honestly, he's gonna heal it. Let's cut him off at the knees. I think even with Intimidate, I should still be able to one-shot him. Maybe not, though, because I don't have the Soft Sand. Oh my god. Well, if you fucking miss, man, we're not gonna win. What percentage does Sand Attack lower your accuracy? Like, what? How much is one stage? Okay. Pretty much my original strategy was just to spam Earthquake the whole time, which works surprisingly for pretty much everybody. It's actually pretty crazy how far you can get. Just spamming Earthquake. Alright, because it's CAC turn. This kind of works. We're still not going to get a ton of money from this, of course. All this just to afford like a pocket full of Ultra Balls. just to sit there for maybe like, what is it, 20 Ultra Balls per legendary, I guess. That's pretty much the last thing to do on the chart is to catch Registeel, catch Latios. Oh yeah, we can catch Rayquaza, I think. Well, that's not going to be fun. That's actually going to be very asinine. I forget that you can catch Rayquaza in this game. But you actually have to beat the game to catch Rayquaza. Oh, oops. I'm sorry. I knocked out the CAC turn. I didn't even notice. In my head, I didn't even register it was a new Pokemon. Shiftry. Just kill time. Literally 1 damage. Does Shiftry know any dark moves? It probably does. I'm trying to imagine what moves it even knows, you know? It's gonna heal it. There's no way I'm stopping him from doing that. If I had just a little more power, I could probably KO him, no problem. Just like that. He might actually die this turn. Let's see. Yep. So that was essentially a one-shot. Very nice. How you like that? I lost. It was fun, so it doesn't matter. Listen to what this loser has to say. You got what it takes to go far. Now go on to the next room and enjoy your next battle. Next up is Phoebe. Nothing that she does really should be too dangerous. In fact, her whole team pretty much folds to Earthquake. I'm Phoebe of the Elite Four. I did my training at Mount Pyre. While I trained, I gained the ability to commune with Ghost-type Pokemon. Yes, the bond I develop with Pokemon is extremely tight, so come on, just try and see if you can even inflict damage on my Pokemon. So yeah, no Ghost or Normal-type moves are a no-go. Now, what I was mistaken about is I thought that Dusclops retained Duskull's Levitate. That's not the case. Instead, all it has is Pressure, which is going to deplete my PP for this, but that's fine. We're okay with that. Her second Dusclops, this one should be level 51, is going to have Ice Beam. And that gave me a little bit of trouble until I realized I just Earthquake it like usual. Bear in mind, I was one-shotting these things roughly at my level before I grinded. So, none of these Pokemon are too particularly, like, awful to beat. We have to beat at least one of them without Earthquake. And yes, Bayonetta is floating. It does not have Levitate. I actually don't even know what it has. I think it has Shadow Tag, maybe. Let's see if we can just sort of blast our way through this Sableye. It might have good special stats. I don't remember. Alright, that works out. All in all, there's nothing to be really afraid of here, other than running out of PP. That's probably the worst thing that could happen to you, if you don't have any Lepa Berries or anything. I've gone and lost. Yeah, we get 10,000. That's only what, like... That's not a lot. But I mean, to be fair, I guess most of Pokemon was kind of just like playing a little bit every day and grinding out the same fights. And, not really getting up to too much. Let's see how this goes. My name is Glacia of the Elite Four. I've traveled from afar to hone that I may hone my ice skills. While I have seen our challenges by weak trainers and their Pokemon, what about you? It would please me to no end if I could go all out against you. Okay. This is actually where we use a mixture of all Groudon's moves. I mean, we have Groudon, so really Rayquaza shouldn't be too terrible. I just think he has Rest. I think that's where we get to the annoyingness of Pokemon healing. And that's why there's something to be said for Heal Block in Gen 4. But I don't think they stopped giving Pokemon sustain moves until Let's Go, in which case they gave it back for some reason. Don't ask me, I would have never done it. I think it's honestly just better to Earthquake. Solar Beam might KO it though from this level. Let's try it. Easy. Level 60, that's pretty good. Dream Eater? No. Honestly, we wouldn't even know Hypnosis were it not for the fact we're trying to catch a bunch of stuff. That's pretty much the only reason we even have that still. Actually, he's gonna use Hail. If you don't KO the Glalie first turn, they use Hail. And that pretty much can ruin your setup. So instead of doing that, let's try for Rock Slide, which will also miss, because accuracy is a me when it comes to me hitting anything ever. That does a lot of damage. Is that kill range? Okay, okay. Now, really. What are the odds of missing 3 attacks in a row? I don't have any accuracy downs. Like, really? It's fucking really... It's so dumb. It really is. Shit should not miss this fucking often. Like, it's just so unlikely to happen, and it just happens all the time anyway. Done. It literally does not even have to be this difficult either. Like, yeah, it was dumb of me to not heal that turn, but, like, who expects 3 attacks in a row to miss? Like, I don't care if it's 80%. I think it's, what is it, 85 and 280 attacks. But, like, 20, 20, and 15? Really? That's the odds that the AI is rolling? Like, come on. Give me a fucking break, dude. It's almost like a really awful joke, is what it really is. Thank you. That's the modest nature at work, honestly. Your Pokemon, how hot your spirits burn. The all-consuming heat overwhelms. So I'm surprised that my icy skills failed to harm you. That's the next room, and there confirm the truly fearsome side of the Pokemon League. Well, for Drake, we're not going to have a fun time. And the reason why, you know, teaching Rock Slide might actually be kind of a waste. But, let's see. Need to revive. Might replace something with Dragon Claw, or I might give it to Altaria. It really doesn't matter too much. If I give it to Groudon, then we'll kind of just tear through everything. I'm trying to think. Is there anything I would need Rock Slide on it for at all? I don't think so. Right? We haven't really used it. And the one time I tried to use it, it's 90 accuracy, by the way. So 85 missed, and then 290s missed. Unless I got, like, hit with something and I just forgot. I don't know, man. That's pretty fucking rough. That's some real rough luck, honestly. And it's really bullshit, and I don't think that I don't think that's, like... I gotta take a fucking issue with something. I'm the last of the Pokemon League Elite Four, Drake the Dragon Master. In their natural state, Pokemon are wild things. They are free. At times they hinder us, at times they help us. For us to battle with Pokemon as partners, you know what it takes? You know what is needed? If you don't, you will never prevail over me. It's really... This is why I would never do anything with Pokemon besides casually play it. I'd go crazy. I wouldn't last a week actually, like, doing anything serious in Pokemon. Like, all the challenge runs on YouTube that people do, I couldn't do it. I'd go fucking insane. I'd lose my mind. All the speed runs, all the weird stuff they do for, like, speed runs and stuff, I couldn't even begin to attempt that. I'd lose my mind. Overnight, basically. I'd get one of those, and I'd want to quit. I'd want to break my GameCube. Well, no, I wouldn't break my GameCube. This thing has been an ally to me forever. I'd want to break the cartridge. Damn, but I've had this cartridge forever. I'd want to go crazy. It's the start of my massive murder spree. Which Flygon is this? One of them is Flamethrower. This might be the one. He might have sent it out first because we're sweeping his team. I guess we're going to use Groudon just... Oh no, I have to do the Mach Bike puzzle? I'm going to hate my life in about 5 minutes. Once we beat this night, I go to catch fucking Rayquaza. I'm not going to have a fun time. Very nice, 67. I think it's just going to be unfortunate that we're going to have to, like, cut the video, come back in a few hours, and just catch, like, another dozen or so Pokemon. Not even a dozen. It's literally, what, 4 Pokemon? It's the 2 remaining Regis, Rayquaza, and Latios. I feel like that's a little lame, because we don't have enough money. I'm not doing the Battle Tower, by the way. And that is actual cheating. Hey, look, it's his final Pokemon. He has Intimidate, though. Yeah, I forgot about that. So he's gonna probably survive this. I mean, is that really heal range? Yeah, see, he likes to spam flamethrower. And nice. I'm definitely not one-shotting him now, so I'm going to heal. We'll see if it's heal range. If it's not, then we're in good shape. Oh, I don't think it'll be now. Okay. Yeah, I think he's below half. Okay. Superb, it should be said. Kind of has the Emperor Gestalt mustache. You seem to know Azia. What a trainer needs is a virtuous heart. Pokemon touch the good hearts of trainers and learn good from wrong. They touch the good hearts of trainers and grow strong. Go on, the champion is waiting. That's right, they always like to hide that there's a champion. Alright, like every other champion in Pokemon history, you do all your saving on the staircase or in the room before. Because once you go in, you either win or you lose. They don't even let you, like, walk up to them. Because it ruins the surprise. I'm trying to remember what his first Pokemon is. Okay, this should be fine. Welcome, Malcolm. I was looking forward to seeing you here one day. You, what did you see on your journey with Pokemon? What did you feel meeting so many other trainers like you? What has awoken in you? I want you to hit me with it all. Now bring it. I love this theme. His room is different, by the way, in Emerald with Wallace. Paradise Drought intensified the sun's rays, which is exactly why we are opening with Fire Blast. There's a very good chance we will be able to one-shot this thing. So I can't even set up spikes, because I think on its first turn it's set to do spikes. Which is good if you're only planning to use one Pokemon. Somebody is strong. So we'll use Earthquake. We'll use basically Earthquake on everything else in this team. I think the only thing we can't use it on is going to be Cradily. We're gonna have to use Flamethrower or Fire Blast. I never did flying the Flamethrower TM. It feels pretty bad. Yeah, it's really hard to KO this thing. I think it just has good special defense, honestly. Critical, yep, of course. Look at that health regen. Holy shit. Okay, this is why I got walled by him in my best attempt from last time. So we're just gonna swap out. No point in suffering. Only do normal damage here. Thank you for hitting. Probably won't kill. Oh, no, perfect. Definitely, in my opinion, his hardest Pokemon, just because of Giga Drain. If it's any good against you, you're pretty much screwed. Claydol. We don't want to have a ground type. Actually, yeah, this will work. This is fine. I think when I play Emerald, what'll be cool about is we get all the stuff in the background. Like, oh shit, it's a sunny day. I totally forgot. I never use weather effects in this generation. But what we'll get is we'll get all the cool animations because they basically added them for every Pokemon, like they did originally in Crystal. It's kind of why everyone really loves Emerald. And it's been a staple since, basically. It never left. He's going to heal that for sure. I know that because he hasn't healed yet. He hasn't had a chance to. Everything's been pretty much a kill outside of his heal range. Maybe using Solar Beam would have been better. But this isn't going to really do much. Actually, we have 3 Pokemon to get. Or, I'm sorry, 5 Pokemon to get, but one of them is a gift. I'm really hoping the sunlight goes away. I think it does go away. Sunlight from drought doesn't remain forever, does it? It actually might. I think it's normal sunny day that goes away. Drought might keep everlasting sun. Yeah, maybe it does. It basically acts like Gen 5 weather. Oh boy, look at this. Woo! Good stuff. Got 15 PP in this bad boy, so we'll just be doing this all day. Let's keep him trapped in a heal loop the whole time. Okay. We aren't gonna miss this, right? He's gonna heal again! I guess I might as well heal. This dude is stubborn as shit. He doesn't have infinite items, though. He can't do this forever, literally. But he'll just keep stimming his Pokemon ad nauseum. Yeah. Get your last laughs. Come on. And yeah, it definitely lasts forever. He finally doesn't heal out of that. For once. Like, literally for once. Alright, he's gonna use Metagross. Cool. I'm totally not using Swampert. It's funny because these are basically the only 3 Pokemon I actually plan to use going into the Elite Four. They're really the only ones I needed to level. Besides one usage of Thunderbolt. Which could have been done by Groudon. Is it a one-shot? Yes, it is. That's actually his signature Pokemon, I guess as I could call it. The only one left is Armaldo. He usually sends this one out before that. I'm not really sure what the AI dictates. I'm not sure if it's to try to counterpick or whatever it is. Ah, shit. Well, we'll use Dragon Claw. You know, it might just be faster just to use an Ether, just to beat him. Just so he could get on with it. The sad thing is in my head when I was using the Ether, I was like, you know, wouldn't it be fucking crazy if he basically almost killed us? Like, wouldn't that be crazy if I use an Ether and he totally fucking hits me and it kills me? And this game is basically listening to my thoughts. Peace, good night. Easy. literally not meant to be hard. The champion fall in defeat. Kudos to you, Malcolm. You are truly a noble Pokemon trainer. Good lord. Congratulations, the feelings you have for your Pokemon, and the Pokemon that responded to those feelings with all their might. They came together as one and created an even greater power, and thus you're able to grasp victory today. You are rightfully the Hoenn region's new... Malcolm, here's some advice before you challenge the champion. Huh? What? Could it be that it's already over? See, what did I tell you, May? Didn't I tell you that you don't need to worry about Malcolm? You've finally done it. When I heard you defeated your own father at the Petalburg Gym, I thought perhaps you had a chance, but to think you've actually become the champion. Ah, yes. What became of your Pokedex? It's garbage. Don't even bother. This is coming along pretty good. On a nationwide basis, you've seen literal garbage. I think they just appraise the national dex anyway, even though in this game you just unlock it by trading with a future game. Malcolm, no, the new champion. Come with me. Excuse you? Only those trainers who have become champions may enter? You'll have to wait outside with the professor. It's okay, that's the rule. Actual salt. This room, this is where we keep records of Pokemon that prevailed through harsh battles. It's here that the lead champions are honored. Come on, let's record your name as a trainer who triumphed over the Pokemon League and the names of the partners who battled with you. This is actually really cool because we have the whole OG squad besides Swalot. Groudon, Swampert, Altaria, Gardevoir, Electric, Aggron. The all-star team. They all get the cool ribbons too. Yeah, an extra like 20 hours just to do the stupid shit. So, we get the nice epilogue here as you ride your bike on some far-off shore. What I will say is that it's a fun game. It's definitely an old game for sure. A lot of stuff. The only Pokemon they show here are Pokemon you've actually, I think, caught. I don't think they show Pokemon you haven't met. Or that you met and not caught, so... Or maybe they do. These are all Pokemon I've caught, though, which I think is a really cool touch. Like, it shows you all the partners you've met. All the Pokemon that, you know, meant something, maybe. So I think what happens is if you beat the game with, like, next to no Pokemon, it just shows the same Pokemon over and over and over again. Yeah. Becomes less and less noticeable the more you play and the more you have to show. Like, even Pokemon we only met, like, once, basically. Like, we might loop at some point. Like they had to show Gardevoir and then Ralts, because they're running out of Pokemon to even show. And there she goes. Trying to steal my Clout and Thunder. Yeah, there we go. We already looped. See? Skarmory. We're right back to where we started. We literally don't even have enough Pokemon met to get through this. I do like it. I think that out of all the regions, Hoenn was definitely something that was very fun. Rest in peace, Iwata, by the way. I think it was very fun. I think I enjoyed traversing Sinnoh a bit more. The problem is that the more in-depth the region is to traverse, the more HMs it requires in these old generations, and that's something I don't like. But now, ever since Gen 5, all the regions have been super simple. They've been like circles. They've been basically very, very straightforward, and that's the one thing I didn't like about Gen 2, which they did actually, as you see, they have a lot of official Braille. This is legit, by the way. It is real Braille. It's not some meme. As some idiot I once knew, and I'll actually call him an idiot. He's like, "Oh no, it's made up for this game," and I'm like, "You realize they just put the actual Braille code in the back of the guide, right? Like, it's not like they made up fake Braille to put in this game." But I digress. That was a long time ago. I knew a lot of dumb people. I never said I wasn't one of them. But yeah, anyway. Obviously, when we start the game up, some things will be different because we are now the champion. For instance, we are now back at home. Dad is home for once. Hey, it's Malcolm. It's been a while since I saw you, but you look stronger somehow. That's the impression I get, but your old man hasn't given up yet. I have something for you. This came to you from someone named Mr. Briny. You get the SS ticket. Ticket for a ferry. If I recall, there are ferry ports in Slateport and Lily Cove. If you have ambition as a trainer, go to the Battle Tower. Yeah. Better get back to Pelipper Jim. He calls her Mom. Thanks for looking after the house while I'm away. Alright, goodbye. So, now, what I would have to do if we were just messing around for, normal, typical stuff, I didn't mean to go here, is I'd have to farm out money. And as fun as that is, obviously, I want to see how many Pokemon we can reliably catch before we adjourn, I guess, and then I have to come back and do everything. Not exactly the most fun thing in the world to run through the Elite Four multiple times in a day. Even if you can one-shot it, it's still just a lot of A-button mashing. Right, so like, we could buy a max... Oh, we could actually buy a pretty decent chunk. Never mind, 76 Ultra Balls. That might not be enough, though. And I say that because I get the feeling that we're going to need a lot more than this. Yeah, well, if we do, then we'll run through the Elite Four again. I might not necessarily keep it in the video, but I'll at least, I'll figure something out. So, to get down to where Regice is, good thing you are not a trainer, or if you are, I already beat you, we have to surf for once on this route. Now, we could get the Clamperl stuff. Let's be honest here, I'd have to trade. I mean, I guess I probably should get it. It's kind of annoying. I really don't care enough about Clamperl. I guess I fought that guy already. Yeah, didn't I run through this whole route with Electrike? Isn't that how I leveled him up? Maybe? Can't remember. Been too long. But, oh, we got a Pelipper. Probably should swap out Groudon. The only thing Groudon's going to be useful for is maybe catching Rayquaza. Everything else, it's way too much firepower. You have Trace, though. That's also equally annoying. Oh, fuck. Oh, I missed it. Really? I wish I had bought maybe like just 3 repels. I guess it's there's an island like you have to cross over on it, and I went too far south. Yeah, it's this island. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's like on its own little like island in the middle of nowhere. This one is by far the one that you probably would never find naturally unless you like looked it up, because I don't know if they talk about it. Someone somewhere must talk about it. Yeah, you oh, hey guy, thank you. I appreciate you not fighting me like everybody else. Yeah, here we go. It has its own little pathway. So for this one, I think it says stop. Wait for time to pass, maybe? I think this is the one you just hold up for multiple minutes, right? And in Emerald, I think this one is to run around the room without hitting the wall. And that's probably one of the most hard things to do in this game. It's really annoying. But, I think it's a cool way to work Braille in. But at the same time, I wish there was kind of an in-game way to unlock it so you can decode it without having to like look up Braille or, you know, look up online how to do it. So we just gotta sit here for another minute or two. It teaches you patience. I mean, how much fun would it be if the game just gave you everything and then you just didn't have to work for anything? That's why, like, I know a couple of people, like, they'll do like hack Pokemon runs and stuff. I don't like to do too much hacking when it comes to like just a normal playthrough. I think it makes the game kind of not fun. So I just kind of like leave it, you know. I'm just like, all right, maybe I'd like to do like weird starters. I know that when I was a kid, what I used to like to do was I would play through various Pokemon games. I'd be like, oh, let me trade over a Piplup egg, right? So I could play the whole game and have a Piplup. What was it? I did for my Heart Gold, I remember I traded over a Torchic and a Piplup. It's pretty sweet. I had a lot of fun with my original Heart Gold. It was kind of like a very big full circle motion for me, you know? There you go. So someone watching this will probably doubt me if you didn't play this, but that is actually what you need to do. Those 2 minutes feel way longer than you would think. I don't know why I saved here. I'm going to save again. But yeah, it legit just says, I think, like, stop and wait, and then just time will pass. And then that's it. Time will pass. I forget if you actually have to run an Emerald, though. You might not have to run. You might just have to walk it, but you can't mess up the walking. So, let's try this. Okay, well that's a crit, so I can't get an accurate reading from that. What is weird, though, is that you can get Regigigas in Pokemon Orenass, but you need to like have a Regice that's been nicknamed. I never understood that. Like, why do you have to nickname specifically Regice and nothing else? I don't know. It's really, really weird. I'm not a fan of it. I just don't understand it, really. It just seems like such an arbitrary thing to do, you know? Okay, so we can actually do that. I don't know, what else can we hit it with that won't kill it? I'm looking for something that will deal decent damage. Oh, that is actually a perfect roll. All we gotta do now is the usual. But yeah, it's just one of those really weird things. And I don't know, like, I don't know if they tell you somewhere. Thankfully, none of those legendaries are missable. These are missable. You know how it goes. So if we catch these Pokemon in 20 balls or less, we should be able to do this. But, again, you know how it goes. This is my favorite part of every Pokemon playthrough. It's just, we get to see the same screen over and 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 over again until we're finally able to catch it, which is literally the definition of just luck. The last thing we need to do, actually, we probably are gonna have... Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, for real? On the third Pokeball. Oh my god, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna fucking make it, dude. Okay, I legit want to calculate the odds on that. That must be like a 3% capture. I mean, I'm just pulling numbers out of my ass, but it's really fucking weird. Okay. So there's no easy way to get to the next one we're going to. It doesn't really matter where we go to do it. technically going back to Lily Cove is faster. I don't want to have to run down that big vertical route in Fort Tree. Okay. Let's actually see what natures we got, just out of curiosity. We're gonna need to sell some stuff to be able to afford enough repels to consistently check and see, to check grass and see if we can get Latios to spawn. Jolly and Sassy, that's both pretty bad, actually. Whatever, doesn't matter. Alright. God damn it. Oh! At least Registeel will resist Psychic as long as we don't one-shot it, probably. Alright, get out of the way, please. We're actually trying to do business here. I do want to be done with this playthrough by today, so that's kind of my goal. I hate to kind of rush it, but I kind of should have finished this back in August, if not September. So it is my fault. You can hate me for it. That's fine. However, I did promise that I would finish it. I even specifically promised a viewer that I would go back and finish it, so I will go back and finish it. I had to have already battled her. But yeah, I'm trying to get back in the groove of things for making playthroughs. It's something that used to be first nature to me. I mean, I guess you should say second nature. No, it was really that near and dear to me that I knew how to do it by default. Alright, this one is not hard to get to. In fact, oh, well, I guess I've already fought that guy. In fact, I think I've been here before, probably in like a past playthrough part. Even said like, yeah guys, this is later in the game, we may or may not catch Registeel. Said past me. Alright. I think for this we just, what do we do for this? Oh fuck, do we use strength? Did I come all the way out here and not have a Pokemon that knows strength? No, this one is, what is it? Okay, I know which one this is. This is actually cool. Which one? This one, if you look at the last word. So there's 6 dots on the bottom right there, and then there's the 2 on the top. There's the space in the middle 2, and then the 1 on the bottom left. That word is middle, and I know that because there's the same symbol repeated twice, so I know which one this is. We stand, I think this is the middle, right? Stand in the middle of this room and we use fly. Normally you would never be able to fly in an indoor room like this, but because we use it and it's the puzzle, we can progress. That's actually cool that I was able to figure that out without having to actually like think about it and or look it up. It was only the first one I was really confused about because that's arbitrary. Alright. Probably gonna have terrible luck to complement the really good luck we just had with Regice. See what a Psychic does. Critic, well, I wouldn't hit it with it again, I guess. See, this is the part where criticals might actually be fucking me over. This might kill it. Nope. I'd like to think we could get away with another one of those. I don't know if the extra couple of points of damage would be worth it, though, is the problem. Oh, shit. Excellent. steal. Oh boy. One. No way. Thank you. Let's fix that a little. We gotta bleed a little bit. You can't just keel over like a stuck pig. Oh no, come on. Okay, we'll put it back to sleep. The sleep is working really well, though. I have to say. I didn't think it would boost my odds by this much. That's like intense. Just to even consider, you know. I just think we got insanely lucky. That was like the universe smiling on us there for a minute. Like, yeah, you know what? Let's do something. It'll at least make him feel good for 5 minutes. we can enjoy it, and then we can go back to our daily registered suffering. You know, the usual. Maybe someday I'll be lucky enough to have 5 turns of sleep. Honestly, I should turn off battle animations. Yeah, we're like, what is it? 2 for 3 with hypnosis. 2 for 4. Two for 5, 3 misses in a row. Three for 6. 3 for 6, and what do we have? Like a 2-turn and a 3-turn sleep? It's just bad. The RNG, man, it gets to you. It really gets you. Absolutely. 1 rock. We're getting decent rocks, though. It's not instant busts. Regirock was really bad at the start. It was really, really bad at the start. Now this is tolerable. Like, at least there's hope. Except for the bad sleeping. Like, I at least feel like if we stick at it for like another 5 or so minutes, we'll get it. I mean, I say 5. Watch, this is going to be like a 3 reset. I just think the Mewtwo that I caught in Fire Red was probably the worst, but that's understandable. Like, at least it was Mewtwo and not like Zapdos. Someday I'll catch Let's Go Eevee's Mewtwo, but that's probably not happening for a long time, honestly. Whatever we have left, we have to use on Rayquaza. So, if I drop too low, I'm probably just going to reset. I don't want to have to go into a Rayquaza attempt with only, like, you know, a dozen or so Ultra Balls. I know that that's kind of asking a lot from Lady Luck, but I don't want to really have to grind the Elite Four again. I find that to be probably the most depressing outcome, honestly. What was that, 4 for 7, I think we are? 4 for 7 with 3 in a row is pretty bad, all things considered. What I would kill to get Dark Void, you know? That's why having a Smeargle really lets you do a lot of really crazy stuff. You can get like Dark Void, Heal Block, just completely shut down opposing Pokemon. 1, 2, alright, we haven't had a 3 yet. That's 5 for 8. It's not, that's pretty fucking good. Five for 8, catch Rayquaza, just encounter Latios. And then that's basically literally all of the post-game content. I mean, this is not technically post-game content, but this is what I mean when I say Ruby and Sapphire might have been good in the day. There is, like, no post-game content for them at all. Like, it's literally catch Rayquaza and catch Latios. Or Latias, and that's it. And the Battle Tower. I think maybe, like, a few other things. Like you know, like, it's nothing to write home about. That's, like, 6 for 9, I think. At least with Fire Red and Leaf Green, you get, like, the little Sevi Island thing. You know, there's a couple rare Pokemon with low spawns. It's a bit better in the sense, like, there's stuff to do and actually stuff to see. But we're not exactly lucking out here. But that's good, because that means we can clock out right away. It wasn't really until Gen 4 they gave the big post games that have a ton of stuff. And even then, Pokemon games aren't exactly known for a ton of post game. Gen 5 had a lot. Oh my god, he wakes up on like the 3rd turn. Is it only 3 turns under Hypnosis? Oh shit. Well, we actually have to heal. It might be. He still has this? You're just playing around now. The best part... Well, it's a give and take. I was going to say the best part is that if this was Gen 6, that would have done literally almost no damage. But then Metal Claw would have been good. Oh, crap. I lost count. What was it? Were we like 6 for 9, 7 for 10? So now what are we? 7 for 11? I forget. We're either... well, now we're definitely at least 7 for something. It's either 7 for 11 or 7 for... I don't care anymore. I lost count. 46. I actually had hope there for a second. Right, like at this point, we've thrown what, like 20 Pokeballs? We had 67, I think. Might have started at 64. We're at about the 20 Pokeball mark. You know, like, maybe just stop him from breaking out instantly. It would be so cool. Just a maybe. I'm probably speeding up at least this fight. This one is at least just boring. It's probably going to be a reset too, which is going to be crazy. The Regice one is not going to get sped up. That is pretty fucking sweet RNG right there. I was really proud of myself for, I don't know, hitting the perfect inputs at the right time. Yeah, all he has left is Metal Claw. It'll do some damage. I'm just more scared I'm going to run out of Hypnoses. I mean, if I run out of Hypnosis, I'm just throwing on Paralysis, and we're just going to ride it out from there. 14, and we at least missed, what, by now? 5 or 6? So that's, what is it, 7? Like, after a certain point, it's just not worth it. It's you've gone too long. Not even like he becomes a threat. It's too many wasted resources. Alright. If we don't get it in this sleep or the next sleep, I think I'm just going to reset. Yeah, because we're at the 20 Pokeball mark. And I know Rayquaza is not going to go quietly, so... Insta-breakout. And insta-wake up! Alright, I'll give it another 2 good sleep attempts. course it'll miss. Or if I run out of hypnosis, whichever occurs first. Alright, so this and one more, or if I never put him to sleep again. Or if Gardevoir faints. It's not really worth healing if I plan to reset. Just give me a reason to reset, honestly. Instant. Oh, that's like the first 3-rock. I was gonna say, right as I'm about to reset, is gonna catch it, so I'm gonna have to be like, well, I'm gonna take that, because I'm not sitting through this again. 2. No, fuck it. God damn it. This thing is a menace, dude. Alright. If it kills this turn, I'm resetting. Alright. I only have one more hypnosis anyway, so this is basically the last chance. Alright. Are we gonna go home as losers? Or stand proud as champions and winners? Let's see here. How many turns will he stay asleep? I bet he instantly breaks out and wakes up. Alright. At this point, I'm kind of just hoping he fucking wakes up so I can reset for free. And literally guilt-free reset. Not waste any time in none of the Pokeballs. The alternate timeline, when we reboot, we get a perfect first Pokeball capture. Literally, like, let's go. Alright, that's it. Fuck that. Pretty sweet, dude. Now we actually have to calculate how to get his health low. Which could go better and it could go worse, depending if we get crits or not. It literally all depends. We have to try to put him to sleep again, the usual. At least they can't heal. That is actually the worst. I don't know what asshole let Mewtwo heal in Let's Go, but you're an asshole, specifically you. Oh my fucking god. Can you imagine the crit on the second attack? Uh-oh. Who is messaging me like crazy? You're scaring me. Think of the children, Marty. Think of the children. Can't wait to see what it is. If you're gonna crit, please do it on something else. Because I particularly don't want to have to sit here all morning and do this. Because we can probably get off 2 Psychics and a Shadow Ball, I think. What do you think? A Shockwave, maybe? I'm gonna try a Shockwave. I don't know, though. Because at least Psychic... I think his defenses are equal, honestly. Let's try it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. God damn it. This is the worst. Actually the worst to not use False Swipe. Get a Smeargle, teach it Foresight, teach it False Swipe, teach it Dark Void. Fuck, what else? I actually don't know what else to do. Because at that point, you put it to sleep, you get it to low health, you can hit it even if it's a ghost type. What else would you want? Self-healing, I guess? Recover, I guess? Let's try 1 Psychic, 2 Shockwaves. I mean, if anything crits, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's just not going to be particularly fun to deal with. I should have done the Shadow Ball. I think you would have handled the defense a little bit better. See, like right now, so Shockwave actually does more damage than Psychic. So I'm probably screwed here because you probably only need to use a Shadow Ball and a Shockwave. Yeah, so you know what? Shadow Ball is actually better. I could probably even get away with one more Shadow Ball. You gotta be kidding! Like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. God, that's just like awful. I just need to use one of each and then an extra Shadow Ball. That should get him even lower than he was before, assuming no fucking crits, which I don't know. Apparently I'm a crit machine. Could have fooled me. It would be better for him to crit me, honestly. Preferably while I'm at full health, but, you know. I think we got low rolls on both of those moves. Okay. Holy shit. My biggest enemy is literally myself to get this far. It's so crazy. It's just like, you know what you need to do, and you just know that RNG will just not let you have it. No worse feeling than that. Yeah, so we start at 64. No worse feeling in the universe. Oh my god. Actually, I think I found one worse feeling. One turn hypnosis. 2 for 2. Oh, I was about to say 3 rocks on the first, was it the second attempt? These are some ridiculous ass captures, which is why we're not going to get at this reset. Fate's tempting us. It's teasing. Oh, jeez. It would be so good to catch this before 50 Ultra Balls. That would be so sick. I'd really be completely like... I would... Okay, well, come on now. We're 50-50 here. Well, I have to heal. I did say it would be better for me to heal than to KO him on a lucky critical. Two for 5. Two for 6. I told you this is how it's gonna go. Now we're just gonna be screwed. We're never gonna hit anything again. It's totally happening. 2 for 7. Two for 8. Like, what the fuck? I'd like to remind everyone that this is a 60 accuracy move. Just FYI. This is a 60 accuracy move. It should not miss this much. Thank you. Oh my lord. 60 accuracy. Under normal conditions, it should hit 60% of the time. somehow 60 became 25, and now we're not even going to get anything done. You know, just and like fatiguing them doesn't even have to be anything ridiculous. It could just be like each Pokeball is like an extra 1% over time. So by the time you throw 100 Pokeballs, I mean, obviously, like in red, right? Like an extra 1%. Anything above that, I could totally get if they don't want to, like, you know, deep pockets the legendary basically by throwing 100 Pokeballs at it. Like, but in red, there's nothing more frustrating like than that. You have the perfect setup, you got everything ready to roll, and you're the one left holding the bag. Because now I gotta take 2 turns before I have it. Well, I gotta take 1 turn to heal, and if I'm lucky, I'll hit Hypnosis, and we can be 3 for 9 or whatever it is at this point. I lost count. It gets depressing to even try to keep count after a point. We might already be 3 for 9. Yeah, we are. We have 4 for 10. I don't even get excited unless I get 2 rocks, honestly. Like, seeing 1 rock just reminds me that, like, RNG is still kind of checking to see if I should win. But, like, that, it does just... It starts to feel like shit's fucking around too much. Two? No. I was about to say, oh, 3? Now that's gonna feel real good. Yep, and you know it's gonna wake up after that. You get like maybe 2, maybe 3 good attempts, and then you're back to normal. I don't care anymore. 4 for 11? I don't fucking care. It's too much to keep track of. We're definitely having a terrible usage. So we're definitely below what we should be. Like, this time, we're just not even getting to throw Pokeballs at all. It's just not something that's happening. Holy shit. Wow, and then there we go. Perfect. So we got our exact 50 Pokeball limit. Nice. Harder than any kind of metal. Its body is apparently hollow. No one has any idea what this Pokemon eats. Nobody stopped to check. Nobody's even seen it before, so who even knows? It's very weird how the Pokedex assumes, like, this is a regular occurrence. People seeing Pokemon sealed in ancient tomb. Literally an ancient tomb. But we are now done. So, there's 3 things left to do. What we are going to try to do is I need to figure out how to get to, Rayquaza. How much money do I have? I might have to sell some stuff. Which is fine, because we're basically done with battling. at this point. We have our 50 Pokeballs. That should be more than enough to catch Rayquaza, hopefully. I will swap out once we get to a certain point. But let me, what can I sell is the real question. Or we're looking for stuff that's at least worthwhile to sell. We could probably sell all the X items since ultimately I didn't need any. And then we could probably maybe sell some of the other ridiculous items. And that'll give us some money for potions, for a variety of stuff. So we'll sell this. They're worth nothing. Might still need the full restores. Sell the X speeds. I bought a bunch of X defends, never used any of them. I don't think we can need more than 2 antidotes for what we're doing. Don't we have full heals? Yeah, we should be more than fine. Shouldn't need these anymore. If I can't do the biking, I will, I'll take it out and I'll do it on my own and then put it back in, because there's no point in super suffering with it. Sell pretty much all of them. Max Ethers? They're worth 1,000. Yeah, that's fine. I think we should be good enough. Let's buy some Max Repels. And then the rest Ultra Balls. An extra 13. Oh, no, here we go. We get one more Max Repel. That's without even going through the Pokemon box. This might actually be the best way for me to play a lot of these games, because my Game Boy Advances kind of don't really hold much of a charge anymore after years of use. So what I gotta do now is I gotta figure out how to get to Rayquaza in a reasonable amount of time. Now you can only get to Rayquaza using the Mach Bike. In Emerald, you don't need to do anything to progress the story, but when you go back to catch it, whenever you do, whether it's before the Elite Four or after, you do need to do the Mach Bike puzzle. So we're gonna try to figure out exactly what I can do. I think just a bunch of rocks are now gone where there used to be a blockade. And because of that, we can now actually find and fight Rayquaza. Ooh, a little too close there. Should be somewhere. Why do we have a corner over here like this that leads to nothing? I'm gonna be kind of annoyed if there's like some prerequisite step to fighting Rayquaza I totally don't remember. Ooh. Is it off of Route 130? I feel like it really isn't. Look at this. That's what we call bullshit. No. Shit. I'm gonna have to look this up, won't I? Because I don't think you have to go to Route 130. Or is it on the north side? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I was actually incorrect. It is on the north part of this route, specifically. So I really didn't even need this many max repels. I actually literally made the turn just in time. You have to do anything here? No, okay. First floor is a freebie. I'm saving constantly, by the way. Shit. Alright, I can just hit the wall there. This is not gonna be fun. I tried. I tried so much. I can't redo this floor, so I have to just keep doing this. I have it. It's gonna happen. I gotta preemptively fucking brave myself to push back, honestly. Got it. As soon as I readied myself, I got it. Easy. I had to sit up, for starters. There's not a third floor, is there? No, there isn't. We're good. Some extra sadistic shit would be in here, but this is just because you go out this way. Okay. Well, it took me maybe... Lord even knows. 10 minutes? 15? To just to climb it. Okay. Just gonna use Rayquaza. Probably just gonna paralyze it too. I don't particularly want to fuck around with other stuff. Yeah, I don't want to have to survive his onslaught. Well, we'll see, I guess. Because he comes... I think he's level 70. So we'll just throw this, and then we'll do that, and we'll be done. I was able to click on him twice. That was interesting. Airlock. Wait, what was... What? Wait. Why did I load this up? Why did I put Gardevoir into first? So stupid. I'm so fucked up from doing that shit. It just short-circuited me like I was catching another Reggie. We're running with Manectric, because the only thing we want him to do is to hit the Thunder Wave. Once he hits the Thunder Wave, we're swapping immediately to Groudon. And that's basically it. We're just gonna tank the whole fucking thing. And we're flying out of here. I guess you could skip its cry. Not even bothering with Hypnosis. I'll just take the weaker version in Paralysis. Like, what's the point in tussling with this thing and just having an awful fucking day? Yeah, decent damage. I'm not going to be able to hit him. So I guess this is the perfect turn to swap. He has Fly, of course. Of all moves. He might be stuck. Shouldn't Airlock get rid of it? No, it's only when it enters. It missed anyway. Let's see what Dragon Claw does. Decent. We could hit it one more time. This will be good. The reason why I like Paralysis sometimes is because it technically... You don't have to reapply it. They'll just forever lose turns because you spent that one turn to paralyze them. Oh my fucking god. You spent the one turn to paralyze them, so it gives you basically like a permanent buff that they just might not move, which technically delays the fight. Well, that was nice. I think I already resaved with Manectric first. That's not good. Oh, wow, that's really bad. That's really bad. That's a lot of damage. Oh yeah, he's gonna confuse himself doing that. So we're gonna be in like a forever fucked up position because he's gonna confuse himself and he might hit himself to death while doing this. Oh my god. Well, if there ever was a Master Ball contender, this is one of them by far. Does he still get confused? I forget. There's like a generation where if you get paralyzed, it drops your confusion. This might be that generation. Oh boy, we're gonna need all the RNG for this. At least the music is sufficiently epic. We basically just need to land 3 Dragon Claws and start praying. Because it's not going to get any better than that. I couldn't imagine lowering this. Well, I can actually. Solar Beam. Why do I have to charge? I'm really confused. Why do I have to charge if the Sunlight Airlock... It doesn't get rid of it, it just nullifies it. Okay, that's nice, I guess. Wow. See what I get for trying to do weird shit? I don't even know if I want to lower it, honestly. I feel like that I just wasted 3 turns. I could be throwing Pokeballs. 63 Ultra Balls. What do you think are the odds of us catching this thing? None? Next to none? That's a crit? Thank you, game. You know, sometimes I fucking hate this game. I really do. Well, whatever. Just stick with it, I guess. I mean, it's like a 50% attack no matter what I do. Honestly, it's probably just better to just sacrifice people just so we can get Groudon in for free. There's no point in, like, fighting to try to keep people alive. He could kill himself. I mean, who knows? I don't know how much the confusion damage is, honestly. That's why catching this dude is just so ridiculous. Because he confuses himself, and then it's just like, well, now he's really screwed. Thankfully, we got pretty much the best outcome there. Eat up a confusion turn, and he couldn't move. I was really praying we could just catch him and just leave. I was really, like, in my head, I was like, dude, just, you know, I'll take some bad luck and some other stuff. Just let me squeeze by this one time, please. Oh, I felt it again. I felt that Pokeball rock. used to it. I don't know if you could throw a Pokeball on this in this stage. Can you? Wow, you can. I didn't know you could do this. I thought it would say something like, "Oh, it misses." Oh, I was gonna fucking squeal, dude. It was gonna be fucking awesome. I was gonna say, like, really? Like, that's some real sick luck right there. Nope. I was really vibing with that. That was just a vibe check, honestly. This paralysis luck is pretty good, though. Ugh. I mean, we're getting more rocks than not, so let's just keep it rolling. Keep rolling the RNG. Keep rolling the RNG. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. He's doing it again. Almost looked like a crit. That's just a high roll. It's unfortunate. Just have to fucking heal. We have to heal like 2, maybe 3 turns in a row. Yep, perfect. Are you serious? Oh, somebody fucking help me. I thought his move was rest. So what is it? Fly, rest, extreme speed, and outrage? Yeah, fuck me. That's really fucking unlucky. This will not be a fun thing to catch. I'll just say that now. This is not going to be a fun thing at all to catch. And I definitely do not want to do like some shenanigans with swapping in hypnosis and stuff. Is that so just like not even worth it, like at all? And honestly, losing the paralysis is, you know, in my opinion, that's why it's better to use the Master Ball on Rayquaza, because like fighting Latios, you need this. If you have the setup to catch it, using the Master Ball on it isn't a big deal. Okay. I mean, he could just use Outrage again, but like, Jesus. That I didn't actually record that. I think I should be fine with it. But basically, it flew. I threw it. I said, why not? Fuck it. I caught it. End of story. Very nice. I hate to have it be so cut and dry like that, but after a certain point, I was starting to get annoyed at it. I think the Sky Pillar is actually named and listed as an area in the other versions. But there's only 2 things left to do in this game. We're not going to go get a Snorunt in Shoal Cave. I don't particularly care enough for that. That was less than fun. That's honestly, in my opinion, harder than Mewtwo. Because you could kind of try to eat Mewtwo's moves, but Rayquaza's Outrage is just disgusting how ridiculous it is. There he is. Okay. Well, the reason that we're here in Moss Deep is that the last thing that we need to do is to get the free gift from Steven, who has left us a Beldum. And then after that, I mean, the only thing left to do is to try to find Latios, pretty much. Which is basically going to come down to resetting roots and using max repels, pretty much. It's this house. Which kind of sucks that repel just wore off, or whatever. Pokemon. Beldum, yes. You can read Steven's note. It's just him telling you, hey, this is a rare Pokemon, take care of it. So, Beldum is now ours. Docile. It takes a lot of effort to actually train a Beldum. But yeah, that's pretty much most of the post-game. So what we're going to do to catch Latios is we're going to fly to Mauville. I'll save my game, because there's a specific way that you're supposed to do this, really quickly. What we're going to do is that Latios changes route every time we step onto a new route. So all we need to do, because there's no gates in this game, is we just constantly rappel up and run into the nearest patch of grass. And there might be better routes to do this on. I forget what level it is, actually. Oh, shit. I think it's... Okay, I might have to change what Pokemon I have. I think it's level 40. So I wouldn't find it. So let me reset. What you need to do is you have to basically run around and... I mean, are there better routes to do it on? I don't really know what routes it roams to. I know that with all the times I caught it on this route. And this is just... It's not even fighting. We're just waiting for luck to have it that he ends up on the same route as me. That's basically all that we're really looking for. So we can take... We could literally take anything, just so long as it's higher level than what we have on that route. That's all we really care about. Okay. It's really unfortunate I don't have a lot of money for this, so we'll just pray and reset, honestly. Run for a little bit, you know, count in your head. I don't know if I ever sold those nuggets. But basically, he does the usual roaming Pokemon thing of jumping from place to place. He has the roaming Pokemon IV bug in this generation, which basically, based on the way the game calculates Pokemon's IVs that when they roam, means that they have an incredibly low IV spread. And there's not really anything that you can do about it. It's just something that happens to low IV Pokemon or roaming Pokemon in any of the Gen 3 games. Additionally, I don't think there's a bug involving him disappearing. I just think that there is a... Oh no, fuck, I'm wrong, I think. I might be wrong, doing this wrong. Do you have to talk to your mother first? Yeah, I was wrong. Here we go. Blue flying Pokemon. We now return you to your regular broadcast. Cool. So now he appears. I forgot that you have to interact with the TV. Now, I don't think you have to be on that route. I'm just not sure what route really works out best for this. There's no right or wrong, I don't think. So this route might work just as well. Just run a little bit. If you remember, the Suicune finding only took maybe just a few minutes, so... I don't know if you can find him over water. I assume so. Let me save, I guess. I hate to do it with 2 repels, but, I mean, there's not really much of a total choice here. It's just waiting. It's just like tense action, you know? It's like, at one point it's gonna jump out and I hope I don't have a heart attack. don't think it's like any route is off limits. It's just, you know. God, those things were off so quickly. This might actually be the best route to do it on. You don't need repels to do it, but, I mean, obviously, if you have repels, then it makes your life a lot simpler. We're not going to get it on this repel. You could pray it's not going to be it. You know how crazy it would be if that was it? I would actually kind of lose my shit just a bit. Just a bit. That would be pretty fucking sweet RNG. Gotta scratch my nose on this one. So we just kind of do this a few times. Eventually he'll show up, and then we can catch it. We literally saved the Master Ball precisely for this reason and this reason alone. As ridiculous as Rayquaza was, it's still worth it just to do that. Now, it is possible to capture the other version legendary if you have an e-reader and the Southern Ticket, I think it is, or the Eon Ticket. It takes you to Southern Isle. However, I can't do that. I don't have an e-reader, sadly. I never had one. I am a little sad about that. It didn't do very well. I think it would have been a really cool experiment, you know? If I don't catch it with this, I'm going to go back and sell some more items, since we're basically literally done after this. There's no reason to hold on to any money or anything. We have exhausted the things that we can do in the game. Yeah, I think we're gonna need more repels per reset. It'll just make it, oh shit, it'll just make it more time efficient, honestly. Okay, let's get more repels before we do this. Okay. Very nice. Let's, because every time you fly, it does the usual thing where it resets where he is. So, let's go back to the Pokemon League. And there's a lot of routes he can be on in this game. Unlike Suicune, where it's kind of like, oh, it can only be so many different... Oh, kick that. That's not good. That's not water, right? Okay, good. Unlike Suicune, who could only be on so many land routes and wouldn't be on any of the sea routes. Not that Kanto has a ton of them. Here in Hoenn, he can probably go on any route he wants. Which is going to be rather annoying, because it means our odds of encountering him on a given route are going down the more and more he's likely to not be on land. Because we are not going to chase him over water. That will be not very fun. So if I need to sell all my healing items, I mean, we're done here, so I definitely do need to sell them too. We're done after this. I guess I'm not doing anything with this save file, huh? This save file is getting completely cleaned out. But you know what? It was fun. It was fun to play this game one last time, I think. I've had this cartridge for so many years, you know, it just kind of... It really hits you as you get older. How much I treasure some of the memories I have with these games. It really is just one of those things. It's so crazy to consider, but I still love this game. You know, like, even when it annoys the shit out of me and pisses me off and makes me just want to get annoyed, like, there is a charm to this. There's a certain charm to games like this that never happen again. And, you know, some of it's for the better. It's not all for the worst. But there is a certain love of these types of games, and maybe it's just because I grew up with them that I feel that way. I'm trying to think if there's a better route to try a Farmamon. I don't really think so. I mean, Lilycove, you have to do the thing. Fortree, like, this is literally the closest grass route that you can go to. So we'll just keep doing this. Let's save before we begin. And this might get sped up and or cut down because, I mean, let's face it, we're just gonna be here for a while, just fucking around until it randomly decides to show up. All right. That'd be crazy if we got it on the first repel. That wouldn't even be fun. That would be just like, oh, come on, really? Like, I went and bought all this garbage, ruined the save file, and now you show up? Because the only way for me to get money now would be to clear the Elite Four, which probably gives me around, what, 10k for each, and then maybe like 20k for Steven, I'd like to say. I think, does it really give that much? I doubt it. No fucking way. It's possible though, but I really doubt it. I don't think it would give that much. Oh, scratch my head, honestly. It is a little annoying though. I do kind of wish you... Well, there are faster ways of doing it. I think in Gen 4 you get Mesprit and Cresselia in the Poke... I can never pronounce it. The Poketch? And from there, you just track them using that map. Right. Back out. Really, only a few loops is really worth it. I don't think there's any chance we'll miss him. Yeah. If you don't get it, it's just reset. This generation really had a lot of cool stuff in it, because this generation also coincided with the DS. It lasted pretty long. Like, I think some people might not be aware of that. Gen 3 lasted into the DS years, because I don't think Diamond and Pearl came out until 2007. So we had like 2 years of like Pokemon games coming out on the DS. We had Mystery Dungeon, I think in like 2005 or something. And then we had what was the other? Ranger. Ranger was the other big one. There was other stuff. Like this time of Nintendo games is probably always going to be my favorite. I mean, you could say that's just because I grew up with it, but I've come to really respect a lot of the other time periods of Nintendo games, and this one is literally no different. But I think it's truly a unique time because so many franchises really came into their own in terms of style and just figuring out what they wanted to do. And then a lot of bad stuff happened in the Wii era, and it's truly a tragedy. I thought this era was followed by, in my opinion, the worst era of Nintendo's timeline, which is with the Wii era, where everything came to die, basically, and nothing good happened, ever. And that kind of, it annoys me, it makes me a little mad that so much potential was immediately squandered and basically thrown away. But, you know, that's where the story would end if this was the year 2010, 2013. Despite all the faults of the Wii U era, I give it credit. I think they tried to revitalize a lot of stuff. I think the heavy focus on Virtual Console was helpful. I definitely, to this day, love playing Virtual Console games. I wish I could own my Virtual Console library on my 3DS, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. They don't let you do that yet. Like, I paid for Metroid Fusion on the Wii U, and I get that Ambassadors got a lot of those games for free. But I did pay for them. I mean, I think I should be able to push my paid-for games to the 3DS. But you know what? Like, I'm about to, like, the Switch era is kind of, you know, just, I'm not a super huge fan of the Switch era. which is, it's whatever, I guess. I don't know what I'm really ranting about. Switch is cool. I mean, I would be lying if I said there weren't games I had fun on, even ignoring the Wii U ports that have some extra stuff added. This year is actually Mario's 35th anniversary, apparently. So the rumor is that they're remastering all the old Mario games. Now, what that means, how they're going to do it, I don't know. But if there's a remastered Sunshine, I mean, I'll be there. You know, that is one of my favorite games as a kid. Yeah, this is going to take a little longer because we have more routes to cover. There's no way to know where he is. Press my finger a little. What? Well, I mean, unless I don't know. If I don't find it, I'll just cut to when I do find it. Every time I run out of repels, I get a little excited because I'm like, oh shit, that's something new. No, it's just the repel thing. We're just waiting for the one time it lands on Route 101. I think it's highly unlikely that I don't find it if I run this much in the grass, you know? I think that would be highly unlikely. Statistically unlikely to have happen. I wish I had the Coliseum bonus disc. That's the one thing I didn't have. The only games I think I ever pre-ordered as a kid were the Wind Waker game, because I think my mom was really on the ball and really in touch with it. What she did, which was so nice, was she pre-ordered it off Amazon, and I think this was back before Amazon became the big powerhouse it is today of pre-ordering everything. I guess she must have saw an ad for it and was like, "Oh, Zelda, yeah," and she pre-ordered that. That's how I got the Ocarina of Time game. With the Master Quest, and I remember playing that before Wind Waker. It was kind of like a really crazy teaser to have that game way ahead of the, you know, like a week or so before Wind Waker came, because Amazon wasn't always the powerhouse it was as people who were born before like 2000 might remember, maybe a little 1990s. That was so crazy. I was so happy. I was like, basically I got 3 games, technically like 2.5. I got Ocarina, I got a remix of it, and I got Wind Waker. That was, there's a couple of days when I was a kid that I got so much stuff. It was like Christmas, and I really miss those days. They mean so much to me. Like I said, the best day I think that I ever had in my life, the day I was actually truly the happiest, was the day I got Double Dash for Christmas. That, I don't think, like, the Christmas before that, I got Spyro Enter the Dragonfly, which just happened to be an awful fucking video game. It just happened that it was awful. There was no way that my mother could have known it would be bad. I didn't even know it was going to be bad. I'm like, oh, it's Spyro. How could it be bad, you know? Nope, it was actually garbage. And I'm a little sad, you know, that I had fun. I played it. I was just like, this is not as good as the PS1 games. And after a while, I just stopped playing it. I'm like, why am I playing this? But what really gets me is that Double Dash was probably that I will be on my deathbed, and if my brain still works, I will remember Double Dash. I'll never forget that day, because that day, I don't think I ever had a happier day after that, honestly. It's not to be depressing, it's just the truth. That was the day as a kid I was actually the happiest. Spent time with family, played a game pretty much all day. And just in general, I was really loving it. And obviously I had good Christmases before and after that. That one was just the peak. One game was literally the peak. And that's kind of the magic of Christmas that you lose when you get older. It's just not a thing that's there anymore. And I'm very, very grateful for the Christmases I did have where I had such a great time like that. Because as an adult, you know, you kind of I'm using those memories as fuel for the rest of my life, basically. Which is it's a little tragic, but whatever. Plus, I mean, nowadays, like, there's no mystery of knowing what game I'm getting, you know? Like, pretty much, like, I know what games I'm getting. I'm an adult now. Like, it's not the same. It's just not. You know, you stop looking at games as these really mystical experiences and you just realize they're code on a disc. Like, all the magic is gone. That is probably the more depressing. Oh, I thought it was gonna show up right as I finished that thought. I was about to say, but yeah, no. I mean, it is definitely a heartbreaker and a life taker. You know, tragic, but not much you can really do. He has to set foot on Route 101. I refuse to believe that he doesn't, so we'll just stick with it. Not gonna get, not gonna get discouraged. We just have had really bad RNG with a lot of stuff. Besides Regice, we've just had really bad RNG. Like, this time, it's not even catching him. It's the opposite. It's finding him. Which is basically just fucking around until he shows up, pretty much. I don't know. Maybe surfing up and down would be good. I don't know. There's never been really a good way of finding these. I mean, everyone will give you a different method. I've heard some people say statistically fly 3 times, and it's statistically likely that if you search, he'll appear. It's like, I can't really put statistics into it because it's RNG. Like, you could obviously run some code or run some chance-based algorithm and just determine what's the most optimal method. But, you know, it feels weird to run it by the numbers. I mean, I say that even though what I'm saying is illogical. You know, it's just like, I don't want to trust some formula that says this is an 8% chance of victory, because I feel like part of it is finding him. The other part is also just, maybe I'll just find him right away. Maybe I don't need to do all this weird shit like flying 3 times and praying that we're able to do that. But good fucking God, dude, is this taking forever? But I'm not doing anything today. Because of the global situation at the moment, I don't really have anything else to do anyway. So, I can't really be too mad. I'm gonna stop for a minute here and take a sip of water. It would be so nice if he showed up before I have to reset. That would be really cool. Latios. Okay, perfect time to take a sip. Okay, here we go again. Did I use it? There we go, I used it. Okay. Alright. Oh, damn. I was about to say, that is weird. Good lord. I've never heard them not show up, but, I'm trying to think, what games don't have roaming Pokemon? That's like a staple of, like, every Pokemon game, pretty much. I think up until Gen 6. Gen 6 is like fake roaming Pokemon. Your legendary bird, you don't actually like encounter it. I think it might actually stay on the same route. Oh, let me make sure I'm not rolling over my GameCube cord. I think it might stay on the same literal route until you show up, maybe. Because I remember it's not even meant to be challenging. What it really is just meant to be like just a check. It's just vibe checks. It's like, whatever. Are you there? Are you awake? Cool. All right, then chase me down. Then you actually fight it. Like, it's not really roaming Pokemon per se. They kind of got rid of this too, and the reason they got rid of it is because, I mean, as you can see, it's incredibly boring if you actually want to find them. Otherwise, just randomly you would encounter them one day. Just, I don't know. Oh, hold on. Which I'm sure this is everyone's favorite pastime, is to do this. Right? They are, yeah. I think we're doing everything right. It's just, we're just very unlucky. All this for a Pokemon that isn't even gonna have good stats, honestly. Oh shit, that I forgot. It's not it. Okay. This really only happens in Gens 1, 2, and 2, 3, and 4. In Gen 5, I think it was pretty... They were starting to, like, compartmentalize it, you know? Okay. Yep. There might be a better route that... Okay, there might be a better route that statistically will have it show up more. But I guess I shouldn't even really commentate at this point. Should probably just shut up until it shows up. You have no idea how long it took me to find this fucker. For clarity, I started recording about 8 this morning. It's now 12. It took me about an hour just to find my good friend Latios. So thanks, buddy. Thank you for playing. I think we're gonna stop while we're ahead here. Unbelievable. That took way longer than it should have, and I just think that's, again, just bad luck. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have caught every unique Pokemon in this game, or at least all the ones I care to get, so I guess it's not every. But with that, there's nothing really much left to do in this game. Basically, I moved to the north of Slateport because it is actually easier if you stand right here and take a step forward, you automatically go to Route 110. But that's really it. There's not much left to do. technically speaking, we could catch basically all the version mascots, or not version mascots, I'm sorry, version exclusives. But there's not really much to do, and that's kind of why I cut the recording, because I knew that once we caught Latios, that's pretty much going to be the end of the playthrough. So, Impish, whatever. With that, I have nothing more to say. It was a fairly good playthrough. I think we accomplished everything we needed to accomplish. Thankfully, we didn't have to grind for a ridiculous amount of time to beat or catch anything. It only took me about 5 hours to wrap everything up. And thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, I've done other Pokemon playthroughs in the past. I've done Coliseum, I've done XD, I did Fire Red last year. And I'm currently streaming Leaf Green on my Twitch. I stream it on everything, actually, so you can take your pick on what you want to watch on. And beyond that, I will see you guys later. So thank you for joining me, and take care.